back. I am your host this evening, Table Runner Crispy. We're gonna just wait a few minutes for people to join us. I know there's another excellent stream going on right now. Can you hear the background music? Oh, it's just so nice. It's nice. Puts me in the mood. Just relaxes me out, you know. That nice jazz piano. Ah, it's good. Let's see. Check in with the rest of the crew here. Good to see some new people. Let's see. We've got Elf Hunter here, all hyped up with his warm drink. Got my hot drink here. I've got like I like to say, I got a hot drink and opinions. Lots of hot takes. Lots of hot takes. All right, Daryl here, calling me out for the clickbait. Yes. Cyber Sloth, thanks for dropping in. I think that's first time joining us live. Thank you. Can you do an episode with Bandits Keep and Hexed Press? You know, that's a great idea. Just remind me if I don't in a while. But yeah, I've got a lot of backlog. Let's see here. Got bacon here. Everything's better with bacon. K Dolo, good to see you. Drinking hot opinions. That's right, sir. Oh, my good buddy Josh. Josh and I played in a roleplay intensive game. A bit of a mini campaign. It was fantastic. Oh, here, good friend Max. Thanks for coming by. You can hear the background. Nice, nice. Thank you. Never quite sure. I mean, it sounds a little loud to me, but you know, I don't know. Ah, yes, the man, the myth, the legend. Let's go. Oh, yeah, there we go. D20 Play. Hey, D20 Play. You asked me to look at some of your games. I did, but I noticed you don't have cameras on your players. Oh, it is kind of drowning me out. You know what? Thanks, Eli. I wasn't sure. I appreciate you giving me that background there. Let's just tone it down. I'm going to turn it off here in a minute, just so we get started. Just saying hi to the folks. So yeah, where were we? Yeah. So what I was going to say is, can you point me to any of your games where you have cameras on? Like it's hard for me to. It's hard. And now I also notice you've got a lot of edited down, like you edit out the pauses, but I like to just see it raw. Just raw. No pause. Like, don't edit anything out. Just give it to me. Anyway, just wanted to say I did take a look. All right. And anyone else here? Oh, Eli. Eli is my tech specialist. He's not really. He knows a lot more than I do. All right. So, yeah, that's what I like. I you know what? A lot of sessions I see, a lot of sessions have been edited. And I can understand from a viewer's perspective, but I'm taking it more of a look at is what can I learn from this? What would I do differently? What would I suggest if the person actually wanted me to give their suggestions? Most don't. So D20 Play, you're one of the brave ones. Most just say, I'm glad you're not seeing my game. Fair enough. But and to some that have just called me a very angry person, I do this to my own games. It's one of the main reasons why we post our games is so that we can look back on them and with a critical eye and see what we would improve. Now, this game that we're going to watch tonight, gentlemen, and it's probably just gentlemen, but as we're going to watch this together, this was suggested to me. Let me just turn this off. All right, let's pause you. Thank you. It was nice. It was very nice, but now we got to get into it. Yes. Okay. So that's what I was going to say. If you don't mind, I'll take a look more of at the older stuff where it's not edited for like spaces, or they take the spaces out. To me, it just is a little more authentic. It's like what, but anyway. Oh, hey, Phil, good to see you. Good to see you, brother. All right, so this video, just to launch into this eventually, This video is it was suggested to me. I hadn't even heard of these people. And that shows you that either I'm living under a rock or I'm just not connected with the RPG entertainment space, because I had no idea. This is the UK version of Critical Role. That's how, now I'm not, that's what it was explained to me as. Now I know they're not Critical Role. This is different people, but it's the UK version. They call themselves hold on, let me just show you. There we go. So this is high rollers. Now, let me go through who's here, because I'm trying to not put people off immediately. I'll eventually get there. Like if you just stay with me long enough, you'll probably get offended at some point. But before we get to that, as fun as that is, let's take a look at who we have here. You should be able to see my cursor if I come over here. All right, let's start up here. In the top right, this is our dungeon master. His name is Mark Hooms. I'm probably saying his last name wrong. Hooms. I think it's maybe almost rhymes with Holmes, because his nickname, he says, is Sherlock. Down here, this is kind of an unfortunate pause because you can't really see her face. She's standing up to look at the board. This is Katie Morrison playing Daisy. Sitting next to her playing Xanthias is Tom Hazel. Now, again, this is all new to me, but those UK people are like, oh no, these are household names, I guess. Like they're really big. They're big in the UK. Some of us big in Japan, some of us big nowhere. But these guys big in the UK. Up here in the black sweater with the, I'm not sure what's on your sweater, but the black sweater, playing Grufford, who they just call Gruff, is Kim Richards. This gentleman here wearing the green Christmas hat, he has one of the most magnificent bass voices you've ever heard. Like he can do this contrabass thing, really low voice, very nice voice. His name's Chris Trott. And then next to Chris here is Rhiannon Frost. She's playing Ophelia. All right. Now, as I usually do, I have skipped over all of the preamble stuff just because I want to get right into the play. Now, this is, as you can tell from their hats, this particular session was posted a few months ago during the Christmas season. And the reason why I picked it, because I did watch the most recent one, but the most recent one, it really didn't show a lot of what they're up to. It was more what they call downtime, which was a little tough to go through. They're pretty good at, I know you'll give them nicknames. So, all right. So here, the downtime stuff I would watch for a while. It was a lot of exposition, and it was a lot of the DM, Mark. Sorry, I want to call you Matt, but Mark was just moving people around. But they're pretty good at talking in character in those sessions. I wanted to see how they would handle combat, because I've also been watching for the first time ever, only because I love you people. I've been watching Critical Role. I'm just not a Critical Role fan. I'm not a critter. And the most recent Critical Role that I watched was basically all combat. So I wanted something to compare with that. So this is High Rollers. Let's just hit play, watch it for a bit. I'm going to try to not be every frame a pause on this, as I'm also going to be looking at chat and trying to respond to what you're seeing, because I think I probably could learn something from everyone except for no, I was going to pick on somebody, but I won't. So this is good. So we'll see this. Let's see what happens. I've already turned on closed captioning because Max, I know you're going to be asking for it, so it's already on. Here we go.
Crime steal as well. Sorry.
That's the AoE that's about to go off.
Well, the High Prophetess Amelin did some sort of spell that has created.
Can you guys hear it? Just give me a thumbs up or something if you can hear it.
This fiery kind of like sigil of glowing golden runes.
Okay.
In like, it's in the water, on the stone, in the air, in that field.
Sure.
Is it an AoE? We'll find out.
I mean,
Looks like it.
It sure could be.
there's a red glow that's
Sure is.
slowly filling up on the ground.
It's Christmas.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate that.
A Christmas bomb
It's a
is
Christmas
about to
bomb,
go off.
yeah.
If I stay there, I'm going to end up with tinsel in my beard.
Can I?
Yes.
Can I?
Okay. You guys already know this, but I don't think it's legitimate to start your turn with a can I question. It's essentially the same as saying, if I do this, what is the outcome going to be? And I don't like test driving turns. Do you know what I mean? Test driving turns is just asking a hypothetical. And I don't think you need to do that. Katie, sorry, I'm gonna remember your name. I will. No need to ask, can I do this? You just attempt it. Just attempt it. Let's keep going.
Hit this
Guard.
guard beside me.
Yes.
Please.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Two.
Quite.
Kill him dead.
Verily.
Verily. 14 to hit.
A 14 to hit is not enough. These guys do have like a bit of chainmail. They've got a bit of armor on themselves. You go to strike, he parries it with his blade.
Go nitro mode on this sicko. I don't know what that means.
Okay. I know I'm gonna get a lot of heat for this. It's not your turn. Don't talk.
Wrong place, child. You should flee while you can, before the vessel awakens truly.
Okay, I like that, Mark. Mark was talking as the guard. But because people weren't really paying attention, I think it was lost on, and it was too bad because I thought it was good. I like it when the bandit number 4 actually has some personality, and he speaks like he's a living creature a living character in the world. Nice.
Who's saying that?
The guard
Guard.
saying
Who said that? Pay attention.
that to me. I'm going to.
Yes. This whole cavern is kind of filling with sound of battle.
I'm
Katie, move. Let's do it.
It's so difficult. I've got so many things I want to do. I'm trying to work out spacing and stuff.
Oh, okay. Is that a legitimate reason to have a longer turn? I'm trying to look at spacing. My buddy Max says that the problem with a battle mat, or what they're using, is it looks like some kind of I'm covering up part of it, but you can sort of see it there. Hey, is the problem with that top-down omniscient type view is that it encourages this overly tactical play. Now, if you want to play a war game, go for it. But to me, it's a little, it breaks the immersion if we have to stop and count squares and do all this. It's just.
Whilst you have a think, as a reminder, Tom did have to make a mysterious saving throw.
Yes.
I rolled it behind my screen.
Yes.
Wait, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Whose turn is it?
I've not told anyone of the results. I passed him a note.
I have a note.
Why was it important for everyone to know that? If it was a secret note, could it not just be secret? Why did we have to announce it?
And it says,
Oh! Can't forget
that's it. It just says,
Go!
oh.
Can I?
Yes.
Don't start your turns with can I. Just say, I do this.
Run to this pillar.
This pillar here?
Yes.
So are you going to use your bonus action to disengage, or are you just going to risk an
Just gonna
opportunity?
risk-
I can understand with some game systems why a dungeon master would want to have that clarity of, hey, do you know I'm going to hit you if you do that? But this is not session 1. This is session 45. Players should understand that. They should actually, even better than that, would be if they, using language that's easily understood, a conversation between the player and the game master and the other players, describe what they do in such a way as it's clear that they're disengaging. Can you do that with just one sentence? Is that possible?
I'm going to risk.
Bisky, bisky.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So you can get to here. That's right. Is that where you want to be?
Basically, I want to hide.
So you're north of the pillar. Okay, yeah.
I want to use my bonus action to hide.
Yeah, sure. You probably could actually make it around here. I've probably not been super efficient with your movement. So you can get to there and make a bonus action hide attempt. I do get an attack of opportunity.
Very edge of the map.
Very edge of the map, just south of the temple, which is right close to the Crown Steel Pool. This would not be with advantage. This is a normal strike. That is going to be a 24 to hit. That is going to be 4 points of damage.
Okay.
As this guy does
damage, Mark.
slashing. So this guy has like a kind of wicked-looking, jagged short sword. As you dash past, he just gets a swipe on your arm.
Okay. And I would like to hide.
All right, bonus action. So if you can make a stealth check for me, please.
30.
All right. So the thing is like
Okay. Mark, this is going to sound like nitpicking from me. And please understand, I do this on my own games. I like to listen back. It's painful. I listen back on these sessions and I listen for needless word repetition. I'm going to let this play so that we can see what I'm talking about.
like can technically like they can go and search for you and look in that area, but I'm gonna keep that same rule of like if he moves over that pillar, like I'm assuming you're like pressed up against it moving around.
Yeah.
If
You don't need to say like. It's just a verbal tick. It's a filler. Please don't get me wrong. I do this too. I've likely already done it in this video. I'll watch this video back and I will have that critical ear. How often am I inserting words just to fill the words as I'm thinking for the words? This is something that those of us that are cursed, someone blessed, some would say, it's really cursed, to have to speak in public on a regular basis. It's something that you have to listen. You don't hear it in the moment. In the moment, you can't hear this. Mark, you're not hearing that you're using that word, like, as often as you are, until you listen for it again and then go through the exercise of paying attention to how many times you've used it.
If he moves within 5 feet of you, like, it's probably going to be very obvious where you
I'm
are.
basically trying to use the field to my advantage.
Oh, I love it.
My one advantage is being a stealthy little thing.
I
so
will say
I'm
this,
trying
like,
to
stone column as well, it provides you with cover, so you have half cover.
Yeah,
with
okay,
this.
yeah.
So it's a +2 AC, +2 to dex saving throws as well,
Yeah.
from effects outside of the cover, basically.
Cool. Yeah, so I'm trying to move towards, and what I want to do
you're
is
doing
say
roguey things.
in my head, Zentheus, the guy with the wings and stuff, does he have one of those rods on him? Because if he does, can you grab that and I'll try and get the other one?
Is it obvious if I can I see?
Yeah, so it's tucked into his like
we were
belt.
told.
You can see this like golden wand that he's carrying. It looks very ornate and quite expensive. It doesn't look like the rest of their equipment. Actually, no, the Chosen, all of their equipment is very like lustrous. It's like polished and well kept, gold and red fabrics and like blacks. You know, it's.
Do you hear what I'm saying about that? Those in the chat, can you hear what I'm saying? It's a verbal tick. We all have them. I'm not saying that I don't have the same thing. It may not be that word. It could be a different word. But it's just good practice. And it's not good practice just for RPGs. It's good practice for life. I knew an older guy, and he had a verbal tick. He couldn't hear it. But he would, in every sentence, say, well, other words and actually. So every sentence, well, other words and actually. It was his version of saying, it's just again, take the advice for what it is. I'm not here on a pedestal saying I don't do this, but it's something you may want to look at. I've missed some of the chat. I want to go back here. Let's see. Wow, way back. Chat has been active. Good on you guys. Yeah, I like background music too. I have nothing against background music. I would just check it with some of your players. Some players, it's hard. It can be distracting. Katie's feeling the pressure. It's true. She was. But it would be ameliorated by thinking in character, being in character, rather than trying to optimize as I want to show everyone I'm a really good player. I don't really care if your turn is optimized. Secret tunnel. I don't know what you're talking about. Bad. Phil, you're bad, but funny. How do you stop that from happening? I got players that have been playing for a year still doing that. You have to. It's something that takes time. Zytec. It takes a lot of time. What we found helped in my game, my in-person game, is we reminded everyone, and then everyone's and it took I would say it's an ongoing effort, but a few weeks before we were more in the habit of just saying what the character is doing. It could be that, Z. Don't know. Max doesn't like the extra music, so we don't have it in our online games. I see this too, and I'm not sure this is an improvement, because then it's just always yes. I think it's the right answer. Don't get me wrong, Spawner. I think that's right. It's just, why even have that? It's needless. Yeah, that's a hard thing, but I think you're right. He can be, Phil. Yes. Come join us. We'd love to have you. Absolutely. It's not a sin. It isn't. It's just different. So I don't usually, I made one comment. I won't make any other comments on the battle map, other than I do think that it breaks immersion more than it adds immersion in most cases. The other players are waiting, and where I've paused, it looks like Chris is checked out. Maybe not. It's just a pause. Can't read too much into it. Let's see, anything else here? Good to have you here. Thank you for joining us live. And let's get caught up here. I'm going to skip ahead. Lots of questions. That is true, Max. And during editing the podcast, I've cut off thousands of verbal fillers, but it's totally worth it. You can learn to stop doing it as much. You'll never completely remove it, is my experience. But the more you become conscious of it, the more you'll hear it and reduce it. Yes, Max has an excellent video on how to roleplay. I should reference it. Battle maps are weak. Oh, hey, Tyler's joined us. Thanks. Yeah, there you go. All right, I'll try to keep up a little bit better. Let's go back to this. Oh, Tyler, I'm going to take you off screen. There we go.
Very well kept. All of the other Reclaimers, their equipment is quite not shoddy, but like rough around the edges, weathered. But this stuff looks pristine.
Okay. Yep, I think I see the rods you're talking about. Want me to distract them? Daisy? She's disconnected.
Yeah.
She's disconnected from the call.
What, disconnect? What? No.
I heard a boop boop.
Distract who?
These two guys with the rods.
Okay, I'm a little confused here. Tom, she just said she's hiding. How is it that you're talking to her? She's hiding behind the pillar. And according to the battle map, I don't see your character anywhere nearby.
Daisy said get the
rod.
Oh.
I said to you
Touch
to get
it,
the
get
one
it.
that's
I'm not.
next to you.
Put your hand on it.
The one that's near you is the guy with the wings.
Yeah. And
Okay.
then the
And
captain.
then I was going to go for the other.
Yeah.
I don't have
Come on,
sneaky
Tom.
hands.
You don't need sneaky hands.
I can
just
melt
need
him.
to
You have
get-
burning
I
hands.
can melt him. You're right, I'll melt him.
All right.
You don't need sneaky hands. He knows you're
Sneaky
doing
hands.
it.
Permission to murder a man.
Permission granted.
Daisy, turn over.
Yes.
Gruff.
Hello.
Ophelia, you're on
I
deck.
would like to move my moonbeam
Yes.
onto the cap. Is she the captain? No, the what do you call
The
her?
prophetess.
Prophetess.
Yep.
So move it right onto her head.
Sure.
So can
I am going to spend my 1 point of fate to activate one of her reactions.
Your fate's on the wrong side of the table today, Mark.
yeah.
Is it normally?
Yeah, normally ours is over here.
I will move it.
I feel far from me.
How confused.
How very confusing. She's going to activate one of her abilities to cast one of her spells as a reaction, and she's going to cast Dispel.
Okay. I don't think that, Mark, I don't think you. My advice would be not to list out all of the things that the bad guy is doing or NPC. Just describe what they see. If there's a visual cue, then great. But absent the visual cue, just describe what they see. They don't have to hear this. For her bonus move, she does this. For the she does that. I don't think you need that. These people trust you, you trust them. You just describe it. She waves her hands. This happens.
Magic. No! A Moonbeam is a second level spell. It will automatically cancel out the Moonbeam, I'm afraid. So she's going to do that.
Who said
How does that make you feel?
I'm feeling a complex feeling of emotions.
To be fair,
Kim's mad about that.
you did take out her.
I'm thinking about the fact that I have therapy on Wednesday,
Yeah.
and I think this is going to be on top of the list.
Okay.
Push that to the top, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna bump down everything else.
So
and
as
challenge trauma
the
and all
reaction
that.
trigger, by the
This
way,
is now up there.
is a spell effect entering within a certain radius of her. She can...
Is she joking about the therapy thing? Well, I'm going to say she's joking about the therapy thing. That was just some... Right?
use a reaction to cast a Dispel Magic.
Cool. No,
we got all-
So you can see, and you can see that she's very magically orientated. Like she's, covered in like sigils and runes. She's concentrating on this thing. This thing comes into range, and she whips her hand up and was like, cancels it out with a gesture.
Okay, Mark, that was great. She whips her hand out. The moonbeam fizzles. Next. That would be great. Do we really need to hear the mechanics of a Dispel Magic? As a reaction, her action, reaction, whatever. I am not advocating not using rules. I'm just saying the rules should fade into the background. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm thinking it's a joke. I'm hoping it's a joke. Is that, yeah, it's just dry British humor. You're right. All right, let's keep going.
Can I bonus action? I'm gonna
Okay, we've already covered this. Can I? No. You don't have to say can. It's your turn. Just act.
I'm gonna channel that anger and turn around on the two goons that are kind of trying to
Sure.
oppress me, and I'm gonna daunting roll them both.
Okay, wisdom saving throws, right?
Yes, DC 14
First one fails.
What's the range on it?
Second one
and
fails.
for
Tom, why are you asking range?
They both fail.
so they both fail.
Frightened of you until the end of your next turn or
End of
stop?
my next turn.
Great.
And then I'm going to, oh God, I would like to get out of this AoE, which probably means that I am going to get an opportunity attack on one of them, I think.
Depends on which way you move.
So I was
Think
thinking
both
of
probably
moving
will.
I consider that telegraphing. Depends which way you move. Just let her move. Oh, she walked right into the jagged short sword that you described earlier. It eviscerates. Take 1,000 points of damage. I'm just kidding.
north, so skirting around the guy that's,
Like here?
yeah.
If you do that, yeah, only this
Only
one guy will
one
get the
guy?
other.
No. If you do that, then. No. No glimpses into the future unless you're using a magic spell. And even then, maybe not.
Although actually now that I don't have a moonbeam to give a crap about, do I give a crap?
I don't know.
I mean,
They're frightened of me, so what does that mean again?
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
So they do have disadvantage on it.
Yep. You're pretty tanky.
Yeah.
In which case, I'm just gonna move. I mean, they'll probably catch up with me the next turn, but I just want to get some distance. So that, how many feet did I move doing that?
That would be 5, 10.
You got 2.
10, because I'm a leaning. But then when do
No, you only have 2 legs. You have 2 hands.
Yeah, but if I,
No.
do you ever think about that with cats? Like, you know, do they have 4
don't
feet
start.
or 2
It's
They
hands?
have 4 legs. Cat.
I've had a lot of I have a lot of new commenters. I'm really glad, people interacting, they're watching, and some people think that I'm just so high on my own supply that I can't be happy for other people, and I got a kick out of that. I thought that was a that was a good comment. And that I don't understand that people just want to hang out, have a social experience, and that's fine. And I'm looking at this, just imagining that they did want to have more of a in-character experience. So the musings about whether cats have arms, legs, or whatever, I just consider all of that superfluous, out of character. Can we just do without? That's what I'm saying. Can we just do without?
Cats have 4 legs.
Simon fucking
You are a
Here's the other thing. If your turns aren't so laborious that you feel like you need to have a break in between turns. Do you know what I mean? In between turns, you have a break. I have just as an aside, Herbert Dirtburger. I think your name is hilarious, but I have watched some Glass Cannon Network, and I will endeavor to do one. It's just a totally different animal, but yeah, thank you for the recommendation. What I was trying to get at is that it's not necessary to break immersion, come out, have a break to talk about cat appendages, 4 feet or 4 legs. If everyone's turn is brief enough because they're just using regular language instead of reading off a rules encyclopedia, there's no need. There's no need to break that. Okay, everyone has a chance to talk now because otherwise you're not going to be able to speak for another half hour. That's why I'm against the musings over cat appendages.
lion man.
hands. Are
You
they
have 2
hands
legs
or-
and 2 hands.
And then is a tail a hand or is it?
No, it's a tail.
What's the Pokemon that has that
This
hand?
isn't hard.
What's my head? I don't know.
Oh, that. That's something I want.
Screw it. Let me move a little bit further away, and so towards the west,
Okay.
and
15, 20,
this
25.
pillar that's on the map, the northwest.
You're right. And I do too, Elf. I do too. But we try not to for as long as we can until we break down. But we try to have it as long as we can in character, right in there. That's what we try.
Can I hide behind it?
35.
Yeah, just touch myself a little bit
Right
there.
here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that will give you cover from anything on
Yep.
this side, on the eastern side of the
Yeah,
map.
that's all good.
All right. They will both get attacks opportunity with disadvantage. First one, lowest roll is a 1, so that's a fail. Wow. Second one, lowest roll is a 14, so that's a 20 to hit total.
Oh, what?
Jesus. Nice. +6.
Yeah, that'll tickle me a little bit.
Yes. Wait, 40, oh, sorry, 18. I did math wrong.
I was about to say, for a
Yeah,
good.
wrong.
Unfortunately, it's 17.
So it's the hits. That is going to be 7 points of bludgeoning damage. This guy has like a mace.
All my 10 HP.
Oh,
Perfect.
you get that back.
But I have Armor of Oak and Thorn up.
You haven't attacked or healed anybody.
Okay.
And you
I
didn't
was trying
cast.
to attack with.
You got dispelled, bro. You got
That's it has to be a physical like spell attack or melee attack, basically. So you don't get your armor invoked.
Okay. When should a rule clarification happen? Now, most people will say, and they're wrong, but most people will say, in the moment. Oh, Phil, I have your comment up because I think it's fantastic. That's why I have this comment up. Everyone should read that. Read it again. Being in character and having humor, totally fine. In character humor, fine. But you have to, in combat, sure, yes. When a rule clarification is needed, when is the best time to clarify that? Now, common practice would say that you should, add me back in, I didn't mean to do that. Common practice would say, we'll go back to it in a second, that you should just break the immersion and then clarify the rule and go back into it. But when I watch games, and from my own experience, if I stop the in-character play to talk about a rule clarification, that makes it much more likely that the next turn will have the same thing. And pretty soon we're into this, can I do this? Can I do that? So I agree with this comment here. Where was it? I'm going to find it. Yeah. Take a break. Then you can talk about it. And this is why it's important that all of your players know the game. They have to know the game so that there's less chance that, okay, well, I don't understand how this works. It's also better practice if you are not sure about ability that your character has, talk about that before you start. I'm not sure exactly how this looks, what this does. Can we talk about this before we start? Because stopping the game to clarify, which is common practice, just slows it down so much, and then it makes it much more likely that you're going to have another instance of that kind of clarification needed almost right away. Almost right away.
Thought this time around. Anything else on your turn, Gruff?
Yes.
Pretty much the full thing, isn't it? So, great stuff. In that case, we go to Ophelia.
Failure is going to engage the Dragonborn captain.
Oh yes, this is the chosen.
The chosen.
This is Neris.
She's gonna
The
turn on
Dragonborn.
Xanthias.
This is Neris the Flame
that
Sworn.
character, buddy.
Yes, he has his Dark Souls name.
Amazing. Yes.
Bold claim?
Yes, she will.
Dark Souls? Isn't that a video game? I mean, I'm old. I'm old, people. I may not look it. I cut off the gray hair. That's a video game, right? It's a video game reference?
Raise up veracity towards this captain.
Okay, I think I have nudged you over, but yeah, you are basically next to him because he attacked you. Okay, great.
She'll say, death by any other blade would be a gift to you. And she will form of dread. Engages
Is that the sound?
Yes, the sound of her skin tightening around her bony
Yep.
features.
Do we get the jagged, bloody crystal crown and things like that? I
Yes, it all
remember.
comes up, yep.
Nice.
And that's 1d10 plus 1 temp hit points. Look at me go. 2 tempy hit points.
Oh, love it.
Baller.
It's going to save your life.
It's gonna save my life, and I'm gonna reckless attack with
Love it.
veracity. Let's go! Natural 20!
Oh!
There it is!
After all of the complaints, that's two in the last one in the last combat on this one.
Yeah. So I was gonna use, I've been stacking up blood points.
Okay.
So I
Okay. No one in the hobby is upset when they have a critical hit. I'm not upset when we have a critical hit. I like having critical hits. They're great. But I think it's an opportunity for the player to describe some crazy awesome move. Or the game master, for that matter. Some wicked blow. Rather than just shouting out the number. Like, make the description awesome. That's what I prefer that when it comes to criticals. Something really awesome.
have 3 to
please.
use.
Oh, shit.
So 3d6 max.
Oh my god.
D8
So
max.
6, 12, 18. 26.
19, 20, 22 max.
Wait.
And then
This is a good person to
D8.
use it on.
2 max.
No, we just worked it out. 6, 12, 18.
Plus 8.
It's 26.
26.
26
And then
max.
the actual roll.
And then the actual
And then you add your
roll.
modifier as well.
10, 15. Is that a 7?
Yeah.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
So 26 plus 26 is
52.
52.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Wait,
And then
you
what's-
add your modifier to it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what you
Yeah,
added
yeah,
to
yeah,
26.
yeah, yeah.
52 points of damage.
52.
Oh my god.
What?
Oh, this guy, yeah.
Goes right down his throat. I want to know.
Took loads of little hits.
And that's the point. This is why when like people are like, "Oh my god, how are they going to win this combat?" All it takes is like a fucking crit like this,
Yeah.
and that turns it around.
I want to hear this guy's death noise.
52. Wait, he's not
He's
dead.
not dead.
No, just.
Don't do that.
He's taken 69
Too
points of
early.
damage.
Hell yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah, let this guy live.
So what? I mean, like, what does this crit look like from Ophelia? Like, this is like you say the cool line, but like, is this like?
It's like her faith, like she almost closes her eyes and lets the Grave Father guide her blade forward, like she has pure faith.
Why-
in
I
the
love
Grave
it.
Father.
Why don't we just do that? Just say that, and then you can just tell the dungeon master afterwards 69 points of damage or whatever it was. The whatever All Father guides my blade. True, 69 points of damage. Crit.
But like, kind of like you hear the heartbeats, right? Because you've got your
Yeah.
rage going on as well,
Yeah.
and you feel those blood points that you've been building, all the wounds that you've taken, all the blood that you can smell in the air from the battle. I imagine that it's almost like you close your eyes and you can almost sense like the blood moving around.
Verbal tick. Just be aware of it.
And from his previous wounds, and you almost like it's like a scent, and you like catch it, and with that it gives you the thing, and he goes to parry, but then the last second in this kind of very graceful dancer's maneuver, you like lean back and move under his guard, just completely taking him by surprise, and you watch as Veracity goes through his entire body, it like comes out the other side of his body. You pull it.
Okay. If this dude's not dead after that, he's on the ground in agony. This is one of the drawbacks I've always felt with hit point attrition games. Is that if you describe something as visceral as being run through with a blade, yeah, you may not be dead, but you're out of the fight.
It free as this huge burst of blood spatters onto the ground. He like looks down in total.
Okay. I consider that a bit of turn inflation. I noticed this too when I watch Critical Role. There's a lot, everyone looks to the game master for every color description of what happens in the game. There's another way of handling that. Instead of having the expectation put on the game master to have to narrate every critical hit, every miss, every failed saving throw, every failed skill check, every spell effect, why don't the players describe that? And then once the players describe that, then you may think that as the game master that you would have had a better description. Don't care. Keep your mouth shut. Start it with the expectation that you narrate successes, players, or you narrate failures. I'll narrate successes, or vice versa. Whatever it is. It's a way to keep people engaged. Keep all the participants engaged. I find I'm more engaged in what's happening in the game when I'm listening to what the players describe for a success, whether that's an attack or what have you, or a saving throw, or whatever it is.
Total shock of this grievous wound he's just taken.
How's he looking?
Pretty bad. To say he is bloodied. That's all I will tell you. He's under.
He's not dead, get it? He still has some hit points left. The dude is crying for his mother on the ground. Or spitting up gobs of blood. trying to staunch the bleeding, right? From what the description was.
The half his hit points left, but he is not looking good.
Bugger.
Nice. And that's my full turn.
Alrighty.
So Penelope next.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Sweet little Penelope. So I believe she is like 5 feet underwater with Rowan. She has her current Vitality Bloom special ability in effect. There is one guard who is 15 feet away.
Okay. So how far is Penelope distance-wise to the guy on the ballista?
Oh, that would be
that
quite
quite
far, yeah. So he's 30 feet up in the air. So even if we were to go diagonally...
30 plus 20.
All right. I know that some of you love battle maps. I know that. But again, I can't help but say battle maps do not alleviate tactical questions, positioning questions, as much as you may assume that they do. There still are the same, maybe not the same number. Maybe it takes a little bit of those clarification questions away, but they're still there. This is why I love Theater of the Mind or limited battle map.
I think.
Yeah.
50.
Well, yeah, so it's like
Something-
5,
something
10,
geometry.
15, 20. So I'd say he's about 20 feet because I just do diagonally as the same distance,
Okay.
basically. Maybe 25 feet.
So I'm wondering if, say, like Penelope can get up onto like Rowan's shoulders just for a little bit of extra
do,
height.
Dice.
I know he's swimming,
Good to
but
see
just
ya.
for a smidge.
Yeah.
Could she use her fawn whip to
What's the range on it? 15 feet?
30 feet?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You can
Could
check.
she whip the guy off?
Yeah, she can do that from where she is now.
Oh.
Yeah.
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 Can I do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it just this normal attack?
So all the stats on this.
Can I do that? My solution to this, and it speaks to this comment here. I'm going to go back to you, Herbert. I feel like as a player you go too far or assume something in your description, then it just leaves room for the GM to correct and go back if there's something wrong. That's because you have to have a layer of trust and understanding as to what's allowed. So I'm not discounting what you've said. It's true. You could go too far, in which case the GM has to, in his description next, correct in some way. But I don't like this, hey, can I do this? Just try it. This is what Penelope does. And then she rolls, and failure or success. That's what I'm saying. Let's go back. All right.
So it's a signature attack Thorn Whip at the top.
Okay, cool. +5 to hit. Nice.
Yep, so it's a spell attack, +5 to hit.
And 9 probably won't hit.
14 is not enough. Unfortunately, this guy manages to, at the last minute, see this vine of kelp and seaweed. Or no, I suppose seaweed, this is an underground freshwater lake. It's like, underwater, like moss and things like that she's turned into this lasso. He sees it at the last minute and just manages to get an axe and swipes at it before it reaches him.
Your descriptions are good, Mark. It's just they're a little long. That's all I'm saying. They're just a little long.
It's short, but sadly does not have an effect.
Okay. Yeah, then I think I'll just have her stay close to Rowan for the time
Sure.
being, just to keep keeping that
That
vitality.
10 feet aura going. Nice. Alrighty. Everything done on Penelope's turn?
I think so. So do you get healing from...
Not yet, it's on Rowan's
Rowan's
turn.
turn.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So if there were any enemies, it would be on the start of their turn, and any allies it's healing on their turn.
All right, so you get healing on
Alrighty.
your turn.
Yes, so Lady Verithera, who is still currently trapped in the circle, she was sort of like, she's looking around at everything that's going on. Her sort of, very innocent looking face, but she's a bit of a fuller figure. She has these antlers. You can see a few little touches of green scales along her cheeks and things like that. She has the draconic eyes, kind of ambery yellow. And she's like glancing around, just in that sort of like, there's nothing I can do. Like, I don't know how to help at this point.
Okay. Maybe something to consider, Mark, is just describe the outward appearance of what is seen if someone is looking at that person. If no one's looking, it's all off camera. It doesn't have to be said. It's off camera.
She would probably say in the mind of those she's connected to via Daisy's telepathy, am very worried about Sir Eldrak. Why is he moved closer to the crown steel? I am worried. I do not think he's well. And that's all she says on her turn.
Okay, he's obviously good at voices. That's great. You know, I admire that. People can do that. Just pull it off. It's great. But again, this is a combat thing. Like, isn't it every round 6 seconds?
Sir Eldrak.
Oh.
Maybe it's 15.
Oh, hello.
At the start of Sir Eldrak's turn,
Okay. Sir Eldrak, that's a NPC. I would have all of this off camera. Just describe if they see something. If the players see something, what do they see?
I'm going to say this effect is going to trigger, even though he's not necessarily fighting you guys directly. This is kind of an ongoing effect. First thing I've got to do, I have to make a wisdom saving throw for him. I don't have any fate to spend on his saving.
Oh.
So first things,
Why are you taking the time to play an NPC? That's all. I'm not saying don't roll. I mean, you've got a screen there. You want to roll, that's fine. Why are you describing this? Why are the characters knowing this?
we make the saving throw. Okay. The second thing is he has an ability called Sovereign's Fate, which
Again, why do they need to know that he has an ability? I would just say, we trust you, Mark. We've been playing with you for a long time. All your NPC stuff happens in the background.
which if the heroes have 4 or more fate in their pool at the start of his turn, 2 of it goes to me.
Okay.
As this is the will of a greater being, perhaps, at work.
Interesting.
I see.
And then he also, because of that, you can see that the golden veins and the black lines and the red markings on his mutated arm.
Why can they see this? Are they all looking at him? I thought that Kim here was busy with 2 guards. Daisy's hiding behind a pillar. Why? She's not looking at Daisy. Well, that's not Daisy. That's Katie. Katie is the player. Her character's Daisy. I'll probably end up using their character's name. Rihanna, she was busy doing something. She just basically killed a guard, ran him through almost. And now they're all looking at this, seeing all of the details, the golden veins and black lines on his mutated arm. Are they looking at him?
Almost seem to
It feels like a cutscene.
flare as Gruff and all of you are sort of in the area, and there is almost a feeling in the air that is not perceptible, nothing that you guys, you can feel that something changes, as if the shifts of some forces, perhaps beyond mortal knowing, shift.
Can we not just describe that then? The air, an unnatural stillness, heaviness in the air. A wave of power spreads out, catches, or whatever. All the birds die in the sky at that moment.
And as those 2 points of fate go over to Sir Eldrak, he also gains a stack of something called Auric Empowerment.
Who cares? Auric Empowerment. Okay. Again, how would their characters know this?
So he gains that effect. He is going
like I'm
to
about to find out.
turn around.
Okay. This is advanced, and I'm going to lose some people on this. I'm going to say it anyway. Practice role-playing in present tense. It's very uncommon. It's very, very uncommon. Goes back to that verbal tick thing that I was talking about earlier. Practice gaming in present tense. Not, I'm going to do this. just I verb, whatever it is. It's better to think in present tense. I know, Tyler, it's a verbal tick. I know. It makes a difference. It certainly creates that tension. I do that. It's an immediacy. You want the immediacy. I know some people. I've watched a lot of games recently because I love you guys, and I want your games to be awesome. I want my own game to be awesome too. I'm still learning. I consider myself a student of the hobby, not the sage on the hill. Okay, I don't consider myself that, which is funny because I'm making these videos like I'm the guy with all the answers. No, I'm not. I'm trying to get better. But that's something I hear a lot of. I hear that expression is the default. I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do this. No. Just play in the now. I this, I that. You're not assuming that you're successful. You're just saying what you're attempting.
He took a nasty blow from that ballista, and he is going to turn on these two frightened guards that are within range of him, and he is going to bring down his halberd with one hand on one, and then his...
Here's what I'm talking about. With his massive hand, he swings the halberd down. Not, he's going to swing the halberd down. Just changing the tense of this description makes it so much more impactful because it's right now.
Enormous corrupted claw against the other one. Yeah, he's going to make an attack against them. That's a natural 20 on the first one.
Oh my god.
So this is you playing that NPC against other NPCs. This description, by necessity, if it's needed at all, to illustrate the lethality of this guy, needs to be just what the characters would have seen if they were paying attention. If not, the description is simply a cry of pain and shock and a gory splat as the guard is pulped or cut in half is what I think he does here.
Good lord. And the second one is only a 3, so he misses on the second one, but you watch as his halberd splits one of these guards in half.
I mean,
The head erupts in flames and just cleaving through metal and flesh and bone, just with immense strength. And the guy just splits in half.
Okay. Not saying it's a perfect solution, but what I would have suggested there, Mark, is that one half of the guard lands splats next to one of the characters. They weren't even looking. It's just half of someone. And then they're, what? Then they pay attention to what that guy is doing, right? Yeah, I kind of feel that way too. Where is it, Elf? Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Josh. And people just run away.
That's a good sound effect.
yeah, that was great.
Put him in a museum.
I don't think that guy's frightened anymore.
No.
Fuck me. Sorry, all podcast listeners, I knocked over my damn screen a little. But yeah, he just turns. Now, this does mean that when he goes to strike with the other one, the other guard, who's already terrified of Gruff, is like leaping away and manages to defend himself before the corrupted claw manages to strike him.
Yeah,
But
I poop.
you just, you would hear Sir Eldrax say like, "Get away from it," as he splits this guy in half.
Oh,
Nice.
And
That's
he just
not
like
good.
shoves this guy away. That is going to be. I'm not going to use any of his other abilities just yet. But that's going to be.
Not until he turns on us
Hold them,
fully.
turn.
hold them for us.
if we go near the crown still. Ooh.
That's
smile. That damn smile.
Ahoy! The archer who is over by the wall is going to 5, 10,
Is going to, or
15, 20, 25, 30. And then bonus action will use their ability to dash.
I don't want to hear bonus action. Everyone knows the game. We understand the game. Just describe what happens. Describe what is seen. That's all.
5, 10,
This is an NPC, by the way.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to move up over here to get a full line of sight on pretty much everybody around.
Over here, on top of the wall.
On top of the wall. He's going to look down on the entire field of battle.
He's going to look down. He surveys the battle.
And then his
Gruffith.
Hello.
I think he's going to take a shot at you, I think. As you will not get cover against this attack because it is on the other side to where the cover is being provided. I don't need to use his ricochet shot.
Then why mention it?
I will, however, use one of his he's got 2 left, his exploit opening to gain advantage on the attack roll.
We trust you, Mark. Just roll. What do we see? We see an archer run up to the top of the building. We see an archer knock an arrow, target Gruff, let loose. Then describe what happens. I don't think it's necessary to go through the labels of every move. And I'm not doing that. I'm not saying that. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that because I want it to be more palatable to a potential viewing audience. I don't give 2 shakes about a viewing audience. I do not care about the audience. What I care about is the experience of the participants.
Because I'm fishing for a crit. Didn't get one. That is only going to be a 14 to hit.
Does not hit.
Yeah, so you managed to bring the shield up, like you hear the...
Why are you moving her character around? She can describe what happens. Let her describe what happens. Spread the load, Mark. You'll thank yourself for doing it. And your players will be more engaged because now they have that. They have the ability, they have the creative license to describe how they deflect the arrow. We already know the AC thing, we get it. Why not let them participate in this? Isn't it supposed to be collaborative? Where's the collaboration?
The whistle, like the... And you block the arrow as it flies in past you. That is his 1 attack he gets.
Nice.
That is the archer. I've got a lot of bad guys to go, so I do apologize.
You can reduce it.
Prophetess Amelin.
Just kill one. Kill her. Yeah.
Prophetess Amelin is going to...
It's another NPC. Mark, we're not going to have the NPCs take turns as long as the characters. Surely. The focus is on the characters.
She does have a...
I was hoping to just go through everyone gets 1 turn, and then we would maybe fast forward this towards the end to see what happens. Just everyone gets 1 turn. How long does that take?
Lovely AoE. Yes. But she currently has that concentrating there.
Shame.
Oh. She is...
How engaged is Chris at this moment in the game?
going to, seeing the other chosen Neris be horribly injured by Ophelia, she is going to use her multi-attack. She's actually going to use one of her normally attacking ability on an enemy. She's going to use it on Neris, choose not to do any damage, but she's going to teleport him 15 feet.
God damn.
Into the air.
5, 10, 15.
Okay.
Just tucking him away
not
from
a heal.
Ophelia. It's not a heal, she just teleports him like behind her a little bit. And then with the other hand, now that he is away from the area, she looks up and brings forth a rain of fire.
Yes.
I need Ophelia and Xanthias to please make dexterity saving
And the
throws, please.
goons?
And
She's gonna angle it so it doesn't strike them. She can angle it so it just
Good luck, mate.
misses them.
clever girl.
I see this coming.
These
You do, you get advantage
I
danger
rolled a nat
sense.
20 anyway, so...
Why did you ask me?
I don't know.
That's 2 in a row. In
Someone
a
insults your
row.
god and you are switched on.
I'm fully committed this
He's
day.
here.
I got an unnatural 20.
Unnatural today. You both succeed. You can take half damage. This is fire damage, so it won't be halved again unless you have resistance. So
I do.
You do, so you get it halved again.
That's exactly what I think's happening here.
Hell, Harry.
That is going to be... so it'd be 13, so half to 6 for Ophelia, 3 for Xanthias.
Nice.
Shut up, watch.
Oh,
Shut up, Xanthias.
Shut up, watch.
Shut the back.
So yeah, she calls this fire down,
Nice.
Striking Ophelia and Xanthias a
it's
little
like
bit.
snowflakes to me. I open my mouth to catch some.
Yeah, it really is. It's not a big deal.
Nom.
Do either of you still have any spell effects currently on you? You've got fly.
I need to make a concentration.
You
I
do,
guess that's
yes.
10.
Yeah, DC 10.
Oh, boy.
It doesn't break it. I got
Okay.
30. Oh, I got unnatural 20.
You have fly on, don't you?
I do.
She wouldn't care about fly.
It was from a spell scroll, so it might be slightly higher level to.
No, it's just 3. But she doesn't. She doesn't care about fly, so I'm not going to use her.
She doesn't right now.
Huh?
Water breathing
It
count?
technically does, but again, she wouldn't care about that. It's
Okay.
more like if you have like armor of Agathis or something.
Wait until we
else
start
like that.
drowning her.
Yeah, that's fine. That is, yeah, that's all of her. Oh, as a bonus action, actually, Ophelia, you're in range of. So she, when I described it, she has this like flowing hair that is like red, black, and gold shifting hues. But it's like Medusa, like she can control it. Like it's like moving around her.
I don't.
And she uses it like a whip and whoosh, whips against you as a bonus action with hair.
Oh, I know that one.
You reckless, right?
I did, yeah.
Advantage. That is going to be a 16 to hit.
Yeah.
Alrighty. This is only not a lot of damage, but there's another effect on it.
Oh.
So it's going to be 6 points of slashing damage, so 3 points for you. And then I think I'm going to.
You think you're going to?
I'm going to knock you prone with it. So she like.
Okay. It loses a lot of the impact. Oh, hey, better late than never. Good to have you here. It loses the impact. Instead of saying she knocks you prone, you're knocked prone. Or make a save, and then depending on the save, knocked prone.
Like swipes the leg, and you like get thrown to the ground, basically.
Okay.
Very good, very good.
So she kind of swipes your leg and knocks you to the ground. But that is perfectly out of actions now. Leading to the captain, who is over here by the wood pile. What are his abilities again? I've got so many bad guys on this field.
It would be better if you weren't playing so many GMPCs.
Can't use that anymore. All right, so the first thing, before I do anything else with him, he is going to use his Blessing of Steel, and he's going to grant some temporary hit points to Champion Neris, who was the one who took the brutal hit from Ophelia. That is going to be 7 temporary hit points to Neris.
Okay.
As he calls out, he's like, "My chosen, do not falter. We will succeed for the Golden Emperor, please. We need you to lead us." And he feels himself invigorated by it as he does so.
Okay, Mark, I would just say that. And then all of the mechanics that you've described and rolling behind, that can all just happen in the background. What you just said there, that was great. The lieutenant that's calling in some blessing on his commander, that's all the characters would see. That's all they would see.
Big simp. And then I need to get this guy in combat. He's a real beast.
Who?
Doesn't
no.
wanna go fight.
How about no? Who is it? No.
Which
The
one?
captain.
He gets his Xanthias though. He can go
Can he?
5,
flying.
10.
I think-
You're not flying. 15, 20,
I think,
25.
I think
Oh, yeah,
he
you're
would
not.
decide against
You're on
it.
the floor.
Yeah, you're on the floor. So
You've
he's
had a
gonna move
vote.
up to the thing, and he is going to make 2 attacks towards Xanthias.
Okay.
25 to hit.
Yeah, that one will. That one will.
Second attack is only a 10 to hit.
That doesn't.
Well, the first one does.
Yeah, but the second one didn't. So
That is
Half good.
13 points of slashing damage.
yeah,
you're
I'll
right,
reduce
Phil.
it.
Yep,
I'll reduce that with 2d6.
love it. Two
Using
of your
2
runes.
charges of my runes, and I get reduce it by 5. So
8.
8. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Could be worse.
Yes.
Could be better.
That is his bonus action. That's his multi-attack. That guy is done. Xanthias.
Hi
followed by
there.
Rowan.
At the start of my turn, do I need to do anything?
At the start of your turn, yes, please. I'm going to make a saving throw for you.
Okay, go
Would you
ahead.
like to spend fate?
Yes. If I'm gaming it slightly, his ability was to do with us having 4, so I will absolutely spend it. So we go down to 3, but yes.
Very good.
Okay.
You have a -1 modifier.
Yes, I do, to my wisdom. Would you like to...
Logan, thanks for coming in. You're more than welcome. And I hope you understand the intent behind this. We're all still figuring this out. And hopefully something that we've been working on will be of some application for you. So great to have you here. Great to hear that you're reflecting on things, thinking about your experience in the hobby, how you could potentially improve it, how your players can improve it, the experience for them, or if you're a player, how you can improve it for everyone else at the table. It's fantastic. Absolutely excited to have you here.
pass me a slip of paper, or...
I'm going to check my notes.
Okay, okay,
I can't
okay,
remember. I need to
okay,
remember the DC I sent last week.
okay.
The DC for this.
Doesn't matter, because I rolled really well, right? Really high?
We still haven't had a single turn from everyone at the table.
Super high? -1?
Fucking find it.
Just make a ruling. Just make a ruling, Mark. Don't worry so much. It's going to be what? A hard or a moderately hard, or what is it? Just call it 15 and move on.
Say I can't.
While Mark is finding that, remember to donate to the Jingle via our link in chat.
I am going
I don't know. I'm not sure what that would look like.
to pass you a note, but remember I did say that some of these say you succeeded the saving throw.
Like this one did.
Like that one did.
Yeah.
Did it?
Oh no.
Oh, shuffling.
Oh, there's options
He's
here.
shuffling the notes, podcast listeners.
Should we
He's
test
shuffling.
him?
Yes, please.
The note is being passed.
Okie doke.
Okay, let's figure it out. I started here at 17-ish, right around there. We're currently at 45. We're only now getting to player number 4. We haven't reached player 5 yet.
To Tom.
All right, let's have a looky here.
Tom has the note. He's looking.
It was very close, I'll tell you that, Thomas.
Right, okay. Okay,
Easy. Easy dub.
easy dub.
Oh no.
Just put that right there, just to slip that one right underneath that.
Your turn.
It's my turn. Right, I want to get away from these guys. So I've got the captain next to me and these 2 goons. Did the 2 goons go?
No, they go at the very end.
yeah.
All the basic guards go at the very end of the round.
I see.
You are a bit surrounded.
I am a bit surrounded, but I need to get away from them, and I can't get away from all 3 unless I just...
I don't think it's necessary to have a turn timer. What I think is more necessary is to just say your turn should consist of 2 to 3 sentences, period. In those 3 sentences, you should be completely capable, even in higher level play. I do this, then this, then this, then this. I say this. I position myself there. That's 3 sentences. Yes, you can, in one sentence, you can say this spell, this attack, then this attack, then this attack. 3 sentences or less. If you can do it in 2, good on you. But just understand that if you can have that understanding with everyone at the table, your turn consists of where I am in the world, what I am doing in that moment, in the present, or attempting to do in the present, and then maybe what I say. That's my turn. And you describe your turn in normal language without bonus action this and bonus action. Isn't that just something else you do? Just say what you do. I don't get too worked up over, well, is that the bonus action or is that the... And I don't think it's helpful to coddle players by constantly reminding them, hey, if you don't do the disengage as your bonus action, I'm going to straight up murder you. You don't have to say that. You just murder them. Then they know. It works great. Let me tell you.
Engage. If I disengage, I can't really take a turn. And I like moonwalking away. And I'm flying right now. So I can moonwalk in the air away.
That's a lot of attacks.
So I'd like to move up.
Katie, it's not your turn.
Oh, God.
No turns by committee here. We just have an agreement. No turns by committee.
Okay.
I'd like to go vertically. I'm going to basically proc 3. Maybe it's just 2, actually.
It's 3.
I think the captain. If I'm next to the captain, I think that goon is.
Yeah, that bargain, I'm going to say it was next to Ophelia, but because of the flying base, I kind of shuffled them around a little bit. I'm going to say 2.
Cool.
What kind
One of which is the
DM?
captain.
One of which.
One of which is the captain, who hits pretty hard.
But he did miss last time. Once.
He did. Let's see if he hits again. 16.
Fine.
And then the regular mook is a 17.
Great. I'm gonna cast as a reaction. I'm gonna cast shield.
So both miss.
So both miss puts my AC up to 19.
Your reaction is spent, and you
My
marked off a
is
spell
spent.
slot.
Yes. Okay. So I shield.
So you
all
watch
of
as like
that.
Xanthus is like these strikes coming towards him, throws up these like Doctor Strange barriers,
much
like,
larger runes than the ones.
I don't think that the GM should take on all the descriptions. I know that's uncommon, but I encourage you to try offloading some of this.
that normally appear on my body and block attack.
The steel strikes into them, golden sparks flying everywhere.
Beneath these magical shields, you see me moonwalking.
Bum, 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 bum.
Am I good at it? I'm in the air right now.
I
so
think
I
you should
look,
make a
Performance check.
it looks legit right now because I'm flying, but I want to fly over the head, over 10 feet away over the heads of...
Yep, all these guys.
Which direction?
Towards
North, south,
this
west.
sort of
North,
cliff.
south,
I guess I want to be just away from this crowd, landing
You got
about...
60 feet.
Direction.
Landing about...
North.
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 Landing about
Towards
here.
the Crown Steel Pool.
How much movement do you have?
I have... Well, I'm flying right now, so I have
Yeah.
60.
You have to go here.
I have to go here.
I believe it says yes.
Let me just read this. I don't have to go all the way.
That's my bad for not. My intention was that you would have to go all the way, but that's my bad for not putting it on the
Boston
note.
John, good to see
So
you.
it's up
brother.
to you. If you want to
No,
read
no,
this
no,
note
no.
again.
Boston
That's
John,
what my
one of my
note says.
players.
That's what my note says.
Okay, well, like, hey, I move there, which is, it's north.
How high up are you?
I'm about 10
feet?
feet up, which is, I guess, 10 feet would be out of the range of, like, melee attacks, right?
Why are you asking that? Tom, why are you asking that? Mark, don't answer that. Don't answer it.
Depends on
You
that.
tell. What height are you flying at, Tom? You've seen.
Good.
You've seen what you've seen.
I'm 15 up.
15. You narrowly. It looks like that hair whip that would have been able to reach you if you'd been 10 feet.
I
but-
see.
Thanks, Bill.
Now, remind me, if I use...
Doing great. How are you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, things are great. Although I had to cancel a game on Tuesday. I'm going to hold it against you forever. All right. How would you expect your character to know? Exactly. You're Herbert, you got it. You sound just like me.
Use a reaction to cast a spell, can I cast
You've
a spell?
already used a reaction to cast a spell.
Right, but
This
if I
is
can I
so
still
true.
cast a spell as an action?
So annoyingly, because you've done it on your turn,
Fuck!
the rule comes into effect,
For
which
real?
is very annoying. I'm going to say, what spell did you want to cast?
Chaos Bolt.
I'll allow it.
Great.
Oh,
Okay, I'll allow it. It's a shield spell. It's meant to be done quickly. I'm cool with it.
I want to cast a Chaos Bolt.
It's such
Just have him do it. That's all.
a niche situation that this comes up. I'm like, I don't care.
Now that I've flown to this position, I've also flown sort of around the guard that Neris had. I want to cast a Chaos Bolt on Neris, and I'm twinning it as well.
Okay.
So I'm twinning a Chaos
Make
Bolt.
the use of this while you can do it, because in 2024 rules, this doesn't work as well.
That's true. I'm also twinning the Chaos Bolt, so that it also hits the Prophetess as well.
Okay, so you're going after
Nice.
both chosen.
Nice.
All right.
Yes.
Let's get the Chaos Bolt against Neris first.
Okay, so this is a, say it with me,
Natural 20?
+6 to hit this guy.
Nat 20.
Fate. Oh, he's
Should have
already.
rolled fake, got 19 anyway.
Remember, you can roll. You can add it afterwards now.
Oh, that's true. I got 24 to hit this nerd.
24 hits.
Should I do the second attack against Prophetess before I do damage?
Ooh, 1 second. I need to check her other reaction.
Ain't no way we're high enough level for counterspell.
I'm going to spend a fate point to allow Prophetess Amelin to use her ability Spell Siphon. When Amelin sees a creature cast a spell within
Oh, really? Just describe what she does. It'll be way more impactful. It'll be way more impactful. You'll have the same expression on Tom. He'll still have the same expression. This is good, right? I like it when players have reactions, like, you know? But to read out what her stat block again, really, just describe what they see.
60 feet, the caster must make a dexterity saving throw or you're going to take damage.
Does she have a reaction?
She got it back at the start of her turn and she didn't use it since.
That's
Well remembered, though.
true.
I admire the hustle.
So I need to make a dexterity.
You're admiring that? I don't admire that. You trying to rules lawyer me? Where's the trust? I trust you to know how to play. You trust me to know how to play. You trust because when I have made mistakes, I've fessed up to it afterwards. We've talked about it. We came up with some kind of resolution that we were all okay with. I had no patience for rule lawyers. No patience at all. Because they're telling me they don't trust me to be fair. Even rules lawyers and those that are like me that are, hey, learn the game, play the game. We still make mistakes, right?
Dexterity saving throw. Because what level? Oh, actually, what level are you casting this at?
This is this was at first level.
You're not gonna upcast it.
I pressed first,
Okay, sure.
so it is at first.
She wouldn't know what level you're casting this is, so I'm just gonna do it.
Inside the cast, I say Chaos Boltium, first level Limium.
First tier Chaos Bolt.
Yeah.
Tri-beam.
Right, a dexterity save. I have a +1 with which I will spend a fate,
Okay.
and I get 7.
On the dex saving throw.
Yeah,
That's true.
Right.
Elf.
It's only a first level
That
spell,
is
right?
true.
yeah.
You take 5 force damage. As some of the energy of your spell is reflected back at you.
The spell still goes off, though.
Spell still goes off, yeah. It's not a counter spell.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, that's not as bad.
This is great, though, Logan. It's great to have players take a turn as a game master and the forever game master to take a turn as a player. That is a really good thing to do. It's excellent.
It's just I take some little
Little chip damage.
a little boopy.
Yep.
Should I go for the attack on the prophetess or sort of see?
Let's do the damage. Let's resolve the first chaos bolt entirely first.
Okay, so
then we'll roll the second
Neris.
one. Because like if you ricochet this one, and then you do more damage to her again, it like let's just do it all one at a time.
Yeah.
If you get it, you've not had a ricochet yet.
I haven't had a ricochet. I think I've had it once.
Oh, you've had it once. Okay.
So I need to roll 2d8s. If it's the same number on the d8s, it bounces. It doesn't bounce.
Okay.
I got a 5 and a 7, which lets me choose between lightning or psychic. I'm going to go with psychic. I want to
Alrighty.
get this motherfucker's mind.
Yeah.
4, 10, 15 damage.
15 points.
15 psychic
damage. Pretty good.
damage.
You see Neris like clutching his mind, like
I want to address this because I have thoughts. Forgetting a rule is not the same as overruling something, though. I encourage my players to let me know if something's not right. There is a way to do that where it's a minimal distraction. And if I've made a big error, then I'd rather know. but most of the time, the errors we make aren't that major. And even if it was a big mistake, and afterwards we talk about it, we're like, you know what? I'm glad we didn't stop the game because of this. We'll talk about it after. God, yeah, you know what? Sorry, guys, I made a mistake. You know, we'll change it next time. Depends. It just depends, because I don't want someone to be like, hey, did you remember the reaction? Do you remember the bonus action? Did you really worry about your own character? I worry about mine. We'll be fine. It'll work out. It really will.
No, they're inside my mind, Abilene. And like he's like holding his head. You can see the wings
Thanks,
kind of
buddy.
stretching, reflecting, but he's still up.
Still up.
Oh,
looks-
this nerd!
He's quite not. He's very much not a nerd.
He's a nerd!
I hate
There's
that.
a
He's a
strong.
jock. He's a jock.
Hate this mess. If I, as a part of double casting this, do I have to make the save again for her siphon?
No, because it's technically you're casting a spell once, but
Right.
you're doing it affecting 2 targets, which is why you roll a second time.
Okay, I want to fate this one as well.
Okay.
On
Sure.
prophetess.
Smiling that smile,
Yum.
podcast
Yeah, he is.
listeners.
Yum.
He's got love hate.
Yum yum yum.
Oh, yikers and piss, and also
not good. That's
shit and balls. Is her AC 14?
Her AC is not 14.
Is it less?
No, it's higher. like you, she is emblazoned with what appears to be mage armor.
Coward.
Says the guy
He hasn't had a turn
Yeah, no,
yet.
sadly,
That
this
makes
time
my armor
she blocks it with like a
14.
shield similar of her own, not the shield spell, but just the mage armor, as it is absorbed by that as your second spell.
Scheisse
Your,
and Peiser.
twin spell. All right.
Yeah. He has, now, to his credit, Chris is his name. To his credit, he hasn't interrupted anybody. It's just that's a long time to wait. We are 50, where are we at now? 53 in. We started at 18, or they're close to it, 18. We're at minute 53. He has yet to have a turn.
Anything else, Anthony, on your turn?
Yes. No.
Okay. Rowan.
Thank you very much.
You maximised that though. That was
That's quite a lot
Looking
going on
at
there.
underwater.
So at the start of your turn, you do get 10 hit points back because you're next to Penelope.
Darn.
You're in the aura.
And that's just regular heal, not 10.
It's not 10, it's full on heal.
You're in an aura.
You can see this, like, and I think for Rowan especially, because there is a feeling of the stone and the earth and nature to this healing, so it's very soothing, and it's like you can see like little, like the life spread in Storm, like little green dots.
Xanthias wants to get there before.
I've watched this several times, and I still am not entirely sure that I understand positioning in this game.
Oregon.
God's sake.
Right?
Stop there.
You're right, Spade.
I veto my go.
In lieu of
I
Tom's
stand up.
joke, I surrender.
All of us just
I
leave.
join the Reclaimers.
We all just
I will
leave.
now kill Xanthias.
Yeah.
He's so pleased with himself.
Can we just let Chris have a turn? Come on. Let my brother have a turn here. Please. He has been the absolute epitome of patience. Let him have a turn. Everyone else, shut up. Please.
That's good, right?
Very good.
That's
Tom, shut up.
Felix Navi's dad. up there. Carry on,
Don't
Trop.
even stop saying that name. It's a terrible
Looking at this
character.
person here,
Yes,
in the
this
water
guard,
with me,
yes.
They were previously entangled, right?
Anymore.
They're not.
But not
They
anymore.
freed the archer.
What are they? What's their situation? They're panicked.
See, as much as Chris was trying to pay attention, you can tell now when it is finally his turn, the tactical situation has fled his presence of mind. And I don't blame him for this. I would say that's because one turn has taken this long.
Yeah, they look pretty panicked. Like they
Someone just fell off a fucking tower on fire.
Yeah, that's the one who jumped off the tower and then swam around. They are looking a little bit scared, like definitely like, and they're bloody and stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna look bigger than I usually am by like just looking strong.
Posture.
And make eye contact with this guy.
Okay.
And just point away from the island. It's like because I'm underwater, I can't speak.
Uh-huh.
I'm just like,
And your intent is you want to sort
I
of...
want them to just retreat.
Give me an intimidation roll. They're pretty weak. They're far from their leaders. So I'm going to have it go against their... I'll make a check for them.
What is that?
Get dice that you guys can read, please.
18.
Like our clever toad dice. They're so readable.
Wait.
Wow.
So readable.
15.
15. I'm going to roll a contested check.
Yeah.
I'm going to use their wisdom as the modifier. No skill, just pure, straight wisdom.
Okay.
You don't have to tell us this, Mark. Just roll. He rolled, roll.
This is just a normal guard.
Yeah, I actually do. I agree with you guys, right? Max, you picked up on this right away. He described what he was doing. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's great. It's not a bad turn at all. The shame is that it took us 40 minutes to get there.
Actually, it would be their charisma, actually. It's a normal guard, which means they have a modifier of 0. So I have to roll a 15 or higher
Mark, just roll the dice, man. Just roll it.
on this d20.
Why even have a DM screen if you're just going to say all of this? Full disclosure, I don't use a DM screen, haven't used it in a while. Don't miss it.
They have disadvantage because Penelope's on my shoulders.
And
that's pretty
Is the
intimidating.
gnome intimidated?
She's very cute. She's not intimidating. 15 or higher. It's very, very unlikely odds I'm going to
Yeah, it's a big channel, guys. It's a big channel.
make this, but we'll see.
Yeah.
16.
The reason why I started with big channels is because I don't want to be accused of just being out there, a bully, seal clubbing people, right? That's not. I'm sure I'll get all sorts of views. Oh, look at him! He's just because there's some pretty atrocious games out there. But this is the UK version of Critical Role. Like I expect an excellent game, right? Shouldn't I?
So, and I think that we put that down to is like that probably would have worked if this guy was like a mercenary or like a normal guard. This is a zealot.
Can he get disadvantage because he fell off a fucking tower?
No.
It's all right. I have a backup plan.
So this guard, like all of these reclaimers, they are zealots. They believe that what they're doing is 100% not just the right thing, but like they are going to be rewarded for serving.
Why would they know that? Again, Mark, your players don't need to hear this. If you just describe what they see, what would a zealot do? What do the zealots look like?
The Golden Emperor, whoever that is.
Can they do
but
an int save, please?
I don't like this story.
15.
an int saving throw. What are you doing?
Phantasmal Force.
Okay. I will allow the intimidation to like not be an action. I will allow that. Intelligence saving throw. 13.
Good. They fail. In which case, I turn into a demon of the Hellion pits in his mind, and I say, in his mind, I said, leave.
He's great bass voice, Chris does. Yeah.
Oh, man. And then what, like rushes towards him or something?
Yeah, my eyes are like fiery red.
Nice. And they take psychic damage on their turn?
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Have to use their
This is a spell,
imagination.
by the way, again, in 2024. This is a lot better in 2020.
Why are we talking about the latest version? Just play the game that you've chosen to play.
Before it does a lot more damage and it's a bit more effective. But yeah, very good. On their turn, so it's what, D6
Oh,
psychic
each
damage?
round on my turn.
Oh, each round on your turn,
You
that's-
deal 1d6 psychic.
Please roll high.
Please roll
I
high.
really want you to roll high because it'd be really funny.
1.
One.
I'm worried he has 5 HP left.
Remember when we rolled the fate today? That was
Yeah.
that was the high point.
Couple of
Oh no!
big
Really
double
good.
52 damage. You fucking wiped out my cool guy. This is why I gave him a name.
Still
He's a named man.
cringe a little bit. Still there.
He is still there.
It's the only one I'll
Sometimes I watch these and then I wonder, I'm like, I'm not sure I'm going to have much to say here. And then I watch it again and I'm like, okay, yeah, I've got a few things. And then I've got another, and then I watch it this, and then I do it live. And then I have nothing, but I have so many things I want to say right now. The main thing is, I really wish we could grab Chris this is Chris here, and say, Chris, why don't you try a different way of playing? You know, same hobby, you're going to be role playing. We know you can role play. We've seen you do it. And you'll actually get turns. You'll get turns frequently.
I'll get this.
Speaking of, if Rowan's done,
I'm going to grab Penelope's little feet like this and just put her onto the land.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
Like a crane, like a forklift.
You have to kind of, I'd say you'd have to like throw it over this like little wall, basically. This is like a little defensive barricade.
Can I also try and climb up over with my movement?
Yeah.
Don't ask if you can. Just do it. Just do it, buddy. Just do it.
Shall I do a roll for it?
You can get to here.
Did he say he wanted to go there, Mark? I mean, you picked up his mini and just moved him there. Is that where he wanted to go? Why are you moving him?
No, don't need to roll. I'm just going to reduce your movement because you're carrying Penelope and you sort of throw her and stuff. So, but if you're happy with that, I'm happy with that.
I'm happy with that.
Great.
That's the end.
Chad, are we happy with that? More or less, I guess.
Great turn. Neris the Flamesworn.
Great turn. That's one turn for everybody. And we are at 58 minutes. It took 50 minutes to go through. All right, let's skip to part 2. Let's start wherever. We'll just start in a random spot. Okay? Let's just see. All right. I'm going to try to see how long it takes.
I've been lying. Like, he hits me with this beam and this listless flying around, like the recoil of it, I'm just almost twisting in the air, like upside down, still in this spot, but just cackling this laughter, looking at people being levitated, the entire field being healed, like, the fight's clearly going in our favor. I don't give a shit. This Eldrak guy is throwing insults at me, but they're bouncing off me because what I have is better than what he has. Anything in this pile is weaker than what I've got.
There's a moment when you think that, you're like, yeah, all of this is weaker than I am.
Wait, why are you telling... Why? Mark, he was doing fine. It was too long. I mean, again, the turns are really long. But why are you now inserting this?
But then there's this voice. And you remember a figure sat by a pool, wrapped up in some disheveled cloak, golden skin. More. You want more. You can be so much more. You think about what your father did, the times when you've been vulnerable, when you've needed others. If you had more, you wouldn't need them anymore.
Almost.
Now it says I have to use an action. So I have little choice but to use that action. I want more. And I'm gonna grab more.
You reach down as you're floating in midair, and an elegant chunk, not too dissimilar to the one in your chest, finds its way into your hand. You pull it in, and yeah, the fight's going your way, but like, this makes you so strong. What could you be?
I don't like it when game masters move player characters around. I don't see any reason why Tom couldn't have described this. And is that needle point? Is that what that is? Is that a needle point of your character? Yeah, like I said, this is pretty. This is a pretty popular. Oh, I shouldn't say pretty. This is a popular broadcast in the UK. Big, very big. They do the cosplay thing as well. And they have fans. They have a lot of fans. The other reason I picked this particular session is because I looked at the comments And the comments in the session were like, this is my favorite session yet, and this is the best one, and the role-playing was fantastic. And I'm like, ooh, role-playing fantastic. Now you have my attention, as my good friend Sean used to say. You have my attention. There's role-playing here. I'm excited to see the role-playing. So, okay, I'll watch it.
Like this Eldrac, he doesn't know how to use this power. Like he's a plaything of it, but you're
Yeah, it's
better
the same
than
combat too.
Xanthias. You know how to use this better than anyone.
I think there's also a visage as well. I know there's not really much for physical change, but the golden dragon, the dragon elements of Xanthias is like almost flaring up just a little bit
Like
more.
an after image of it or something
Yeah,
like that.
like-
Flow of magic shows the horns being more pronounced.
Yeah, the scales on his arms seem to coat his entire arms now. Like he is
Literally.
almost becoming more dragon-like and therefore making it harder for him to, I guess, like fail this thing or resist it.
You now know, and you keep this knowledge regardless of what happens next, because of your level of Crown Steel, let's call it adaptation, you are able to consume Crown Steel. Now, Crown Steel, when
We can't see them, but imagine you're another player at this table right now.
it's held close to you, will slowly begin to mutate and corrupt somebody. But its effects are muted. You know, the Crown Steel itself might have property like the piece in your
This is an exposition dump in the middle of combat.
chest does. It enhances your certain types of magic. Consuming it is of a greater effect in terms of
I would. I'd be like, okay, son, I'm out.
pushing that power through your bloodstream and your body. It is faster at accelerating Crown Steel.
Oh, good.
But it also has another benefit in that it gives you a temporary boost as well. You consume, I want you to keep a note of this, because you also drank the water a few times. So this piece of Crown Steel you pick up is worth 400 gold. And you have drunk about 4 gold's worth of the water. And that's how much Crown Steel you have consumed.
Not even including, I guess I haven't consumed the
You haven't consumed the one in your chest. That is like, it's like radiation from a thing you're too close to, right? This is like ingesting it. 2 things happen. 1, you are immune to being frightened for the rest of this encounter. Just if it came up, you're immune to being frightened. You are so overwhelmed, you just cannot be frightened. You are too sure of yourself to be
Sure,
frightened.
yeah.
You have advantage on any magical spell attacks, and creatures have disadvantage
We're gonna
against your
start
magical
this.
saving
We're gonna
throws.
start this, right?
This is a one-time per fight benefit.
Right.
We'll see how this affects your Crown Steel in future turns.
Okay.
Group chat cancels.
Yeah, you all
Group
see
chat
this.
cancels. New group chat starts with Gruff.
Is that an action on your turn? You can do it. Just check
I'll
it.
look.
You can
I'll
cancel it, I think, as a free action, but you might have to wait
But
for your
see,
turn.
as soon as Xanthias is touching Crown Steel, I'm
Does everyone see him do this? Are you not in battle somewhere? Katie? Yeah, Katie. Aren't you in, why are you, everyone now sees this? Everyone has perfect knowledge of what he did? It's kind of the Crown Steel, as I understand it, because I've watched more than one of these sessions, it's a bit of a metaphor, a stand-in for like a drug addiction type thing. It affects Dragonborn and corrupts them over time.
canceling the group chat.
I think that laughter, that maniacal laughter, is
In the head
almost
as well.
echoing through into this psychic sort of cognitive chat as well.
Yeah.
So everyone is just hearing that. Like, it's obvious what's happening here. Like, I'm not even covering it up.
I think as soon as Gruff sees, like, so he was so busy engaged with the captain, but with the captain being restrained, he turns and sees Xanthias put this Crown Steel to his mouth.
Is it your turn? It's got to be her turn.
Gruff screams, Xanthias, no!
And it's like, this is metal, but Xanthias' teeth are like biting through it.
How are they seeing that? Why do they get the Dolby vision of what's happening inside his mouth?
Crushing it, turning it into powder that he's swallowing in huge chunks, and then eventually it's all gone, and you see Xanthius's eyes, the veins on the corrupted arm, that afterimage of the horn.
What kind of eyesight do these people have?
All of it flares with gold, red, black. And God, Xanthius, you've never felt this strong. This is there's almost a sense here of like, yeah, how could anybody mess with you again? Like, this is it's
There's still an initiative, right?
exhilarating how strong you feel. That's your action.
That's my action. Movement-wise,
Oh man, that's just the action. He still has movement. He still has a bonus action.
I don't have much of an option there either.
Nope.
A bonus
for
action,
now.
I don't have a huge amount. I think instead all I'll do is tear away the upper half of my cloak and the bandages too with it. And the shard will just be prominent and pulsing.
It's
and
pulsing like a heart. It's like vroom, vroom, vroom,
Oh my god.
throbbing. Cool image.
So we're gonna kill Xanthius now?
That's one interpretation.
With that done,
I feel pretty good right now.
yeah, you do.
I'm feeling good. And next turn,
And like you, like everything I said here, like you are still the master of your own mind. Like you are not mind controlled or anything like that. Like you've eaten, you feel great.
Wait. He's not mind controlled? Why were you telling him what he's thinking then? Shouldn't he role play that? It's a role playing game, yeah?
yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
Rowan. Oh, sorry.
Just a real quick question.
No questions.
Are allies still allies to me? Good.
Of course, they're your friends.
Yeah.
But they obviously need your help.
Well, yeah. And that one just tried to shoot me. Not Eldrak. Eldrak's cool. I like this guy. He's a gold dragon.
He's a red dragon. He's a red dragonborn. Also, he did attack you, and that
He did attack me.
You need to at least retaliate.
Yeah, I'll retaliate at some point.
Yeah.
There's a sorcerer out there.
Oh yeah,
that's
she needs to die.
She's gotta go.
Yeah, she's gotta go.
She's
Like,
gonna go.
Yeah, Rowan.
Okay, so I think it's Gruff's shout that causes Rowan to
-1 wisdom.
look from the archer being entangled
Yeah.
whoa, to focusing on what's going on behind him or
Yeah.
to his right. Seeing Xanthius in this state, he's going to run, dash, so action dash, as close to him as possible. Maybe running along this short wall.
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, you could like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
That's
30.
and then I'm going to dash.
Yeah. I'd say you can
do I
hop
wanna
down.
dash?
What would Rowan do?
What would Rowan
I'm
do?
going to stay there.
Okay. Stood on on this wall, this short wall, looking out on the field. You've just seen Xanthius do this. Eldrak is looking furious.
How far away am I from Xanthius?
You are. It's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 feet.
Marvelous. Xanthius, what are you doing? We told.
Nope. That was good, Chris. That was good. Remember, it's just what you can say in that moment, the time that you have. You don't have a lot of time.
Told you not to do it. I'm going to give him bardic inspiration.
Still good. It's still, I mean, Chris is still the MVP here, for sure.
Oh.
And in front of him, on the crown steel pile, I'm going to create a silent image. And it's a diorama of all of us slaughtered.
Oh, shit. Okay. I love that.
Mark, just let it be. I mean, it's fantastic. I like it too, but come on.
Is the scene? What is the scene? So it's all of you guys.
He gave you the scene. He gave you the scene. I can picture it. Of course, I have a bit of an advantage because I'm picturing them all slaughtered.
Is this like where you are now? Like that you create like the landscape of this battle, or is this somewhere else?
It's a 15-foot cube.
Yeah, it's
so
huge.
within that, a pile of us dead.
Is it literally you like getting? Because is it a moving image or is it?
No, it's a silent image.
Right, okay.
So it's a,
It can be moving.
It's
if you want it to be.
Yeah, well, it's an image of you essentially standing on top of our corpses in your current form.
Oh shit. Okay.
Okay, I love that. But a bardic inspiration, so I can add a D8 to attack rolls, ability checks.
Yeah, and it's a.
Attack rolls.
I've got the
Attack rolls.
motive
Why are we slowing down the fastest player here?
potential as well.
Yes, yeah,
you can do it.
potential.
Yeah,
Amazing. Love that.
that's
Your full turn.
go.
I love that. Big fan. At the end of your go, Rowan.
Mark, I loved it too, but I think it was good. It stood on its own merits. It didn't need any embellishment or any questions. It stood on its own merits. It had impact. It was great.
So Eldrak is going to take a villain action.
A what?
So these are like legendary actions, but they don't repeat. So once I've used one, I can't use it again. I can only do one per turn. They're a little bit more powerful than legendary actions,
Why?
but I only
Why do you have to tell us this? Just do it.
get 3 of them the whole fight, basically. And you know how I described he had like an FF-14 Dragoon helm, and he's got a halberd?
Oh.
He leaps up into the air.
Yes. Yes.
Oh no.
Dragoon jumps, so Eldrak
Yeah,
leaps
thank
into the air, moves 60 feet without provoking opportunity attacks, and then lands. Creatures within 10 feet of his landing must make a DC 14 dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
Bam!
Oh.
Shit.
Ophelia, Amelin, and I think I'm going to catch Daisy in the 10 feet as well.
That's true.
Verathera, technically, but she's a dragon. She's got a lot of hit points.
I was worried that
This guard is dead. He's like just annihilated.
I was really worried Verathera was his target for this.
Nope, he is landing into the biggest group of enemies he can see.
Heaven's Ward?
Do I get advantage?
I love it.
You do, it's a dex saving throw. Yes, absolutely. The DC for this is going to be 16 because he has a couple of stacks that
Yeah, you caught that too. Space. Yeah.
boost his DCs.
21.
Oh, hell
21, you
yeah.
succeed.
Dexy girl.
Yep.
Unnatural 20.
Nice.
Fails. So unnatural 20.
Yep.
You succeed. So you're going to take half damage, and you are not pushed back, either of you. Amelin takes the full amount. It's not a lot of damage, but it's a very good move that gets him around the battlefield a bit more. So that is 8. 11, so it'd be 11 bludgeoning damage, halved to 5 for Daisy and Ophelia. Amelin takes the full 11.
Halved again for Ophelia, isn't it?
I'm not raging.
Oh, you're not
anymore.
raging.
I got knocked down.
You got
Oh, of
knocked
course.
down. Amelin is looking very hurt. Amelin's also pushed back 10 feet and knocked prone.
Damn.
Barrel goes.
Not the barrel.
Barrel goes barrel.
Barrel guy's gonna be big.
Barrel guy's dead.
But that's at the end of Rowan's turn. He does that. He leaps up in the air and then comes slamming down. He slams the halberd on the ground. Stone cracks and break. Dust cloud annihilates everywhere from him. That is his villain action for this turn. That was at the end of Rowan's turn. The normal soldiers, they're all paralyzed. We don't need to worry about them anymore. Daisy.
Oh shit! Oh, sorry, I did not
Yeah,
realize we were at the end.
we're nearly there. We've lost a lot of guys. A lot of things have happened. So it's Daisy, Gruff, Ophelia.
What did the captain do on his turn?
They're all restrained, right? Verathera is like
he's
wrapped.
included in that.
Yeah, only one that wasn't was the chosen Amelin.
Cool.
Can I set up a group chat with Ophelia, Rowan, and Gruff?
I know this is a component of higher level D&D. I just don't like it how it's described as group chat.
Yep. Is that an action or bonus action?
Action.
Action. Okay, great. I mean,
really,
it's going to last. 3 hours. Yeah, it's fine.
How do we stop him without killing him? I don't know what to do.
Did you include Verathera? Did you include Verathera in that?
No.
Okay.
I can only do 3, and because Xanthias is being that, I want to talk to obviously
absolutely.
the group
Yeah, you're
of
fine.
friends
Yep,
and be
yep,
like, how? What do we do?
I just wanted to check.
I can drain him if I can get up to him. Or bring him down.
No. He's still our friend. We can appeal to him.
I don't know if it's
Man, Chris is good.
gonna work, Rowan. There's a lot of crown steel there.
Look at the crown steel. And I show the silent image.
Oh god, that's horrifying. Why have you done that?
I'm showing him what he could do.
I don't understand why this group chat slows down time. Right? Doesn't time still progress?
I'm eating a biscuit.
I'm kind of hungry too.
Oh, okay. Is that snacks from inside the loot? Because
Yeah.
I think they're really moldy now, Rowan.
It tastes a bit weird.
Make a concept.
I'm biased.
Oh, he's shooting again.
Right, so that's your action, Daisy. Anything else on your turn? Bonus action, move.
Don't call your players. When they're done, they're done. If they don't take the bonus action, they didn't take the bonus action.
I think for now, so that not everyone's grouped up, I'm gonna move away. Am I within his reach if I move? Do I?
This is so common, and I just don't think it's...
have to disengage from it?
He does have reach. That halberd gives him 10 feet of reach.
So I'm gonna disengage.
Yep.
And
Bonus action,
move-
disengage.
Totally.
Move to near my favorite little
Your
pillar again.
favorite column.
Over up towards the north.
I'll do it.
Oh no!
I saved it.
Dragon. Just to space out the battlefield a bit,
yeah.
because I don't want to take any actions that are like, because the thing is, Sir Eldrak, she doesn't want to hurt him because she's been charged with coming to get him and save him, and she doesn't want to hurt Xanthias, so she's just like, ah!
Yeah, absolutely.
So that is going to be my turn, but for you guys, you've got mental note now. You can speak to me without speaking out loud to tell them your plans.
Gruffith.
How high up are you flying?
I was
15.
15 feet. I'm
Okay, there's an in-character way of doing that. So, Kim, you would just say, I look at whatever his name is, Tom. I look at Tom to gauge his height. And then Tom or Mark says 15 feet.
imagine
Would have had to move down to pick up the steel.
So the pile is
About like 5 to 10 feet up, yeah. So you would have moved down like 10 feet, and then you would have had loads of feet to go back up. You can be 50 feet up in the air if you wish.
I feel like in the unveiling of
Everything.
my crown steel, I think I would almost slowly be sort of rising up, like surveying the horizon. I'd say I'm about, 20 feet up. Not a full. I'm not like
20 feet. 20 feet. Just say 20 feet.
a million feet in the air.
Kim just asked a very simple question. 20 feet.
Yeah.
All right, 20 feet up.
Can you move me 35 feet towards Xanthias?
Absolutely can do. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30,
You're gonna eat that crown still, aren't you?
Gets you to the edge of the pool.
Finally, another one.
Rough. So he is now within 15 feet, I would say. Well, 20 feet, 20 feet because he's diagonal. Yeah, so yeah, he's up in the air. He's 20 feet away.
Xanthias. Xanthias, son, come on down, please.
Let me ask him a question before you say anything.
Sure, absolutely.
So you're spending your action, you basically are trying to convince him to, like, is that what you want to do? You'll spend your action to try and convince Xanthias to, like...
Why is that a clarification? She just says what she's doing.
Calm down.
I do have an idea if he doesn't, but I feel like spending an action would be stronger.
It absolutely
Yeah.
will be, yeah. It will have a direct effect and it will be result in a mechanic.
I'll do that without
Okay.
shenanigans then.
Xanthias, as a reaction, I would just like you to make a wisdom saving throw
He's so good at those.
with advantage because of Rowan's silent image. And of course, you do have 2 points of fate and Bardic Inspiration die.
as well. I guess the question is, does Xanthias want to save?
I would say he has to make the same throw because it's
Yes.
counteracting a thing that he is not in control of.
Gotcha.
I think
I honestly don't understand why this has to take so long.
I'll still need to make saves on my turn, right?
I think you guys should be at 3. I don't know why I moved to fate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I still need to make a save at the start of my turn?
Maybe.
Because I think I'm going to save my bardic inspiration.
Okay.
In that case.
I will say that if you succeed this saving throw now, it will have the same effect as if you save the one at the start of your turn.
Okay. In that case, yes. In that case, I will.
It's basically, you get to make this save an extra time.
I think Rowan also calling out to me, and with the silent image, I'll also throw the D8 into this.
Okay. Would you like to spend fate?
Yeah.
I read the comments. You never read the comments. I read the comments. And the comments told me this was my favorite session. This was excellent. I'm just not getting it. These, like, especially these very highly produced sessions, I just don't see it.
Yeah, I do. So a D8, a D6, and advantage on a D20, -1, -0 because of my plug.
It's because I spent one on Sir Eldrak's villain action.
Oh, okay.
So advantage, D8, D6.
Yeah. Okay.
And also, this is the degrees of this. This is a degrees of success roll, so the higher you do, the better it's going to be the effect.
That's kind of the mechanic all the time, right? It's not even his turn. It's her turn. It's Kim's turn. She's trying to convince him not to go all psycho killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Right? Instead, it's now kind of his turn, Tom's turn with the GM.
26.
10 points above the DC. You may hand me back 2 of the failures. Because you've got this a degree higher. No, it's the top 2 levels of it, basically. So you hand me back the 2 worst ones.
4 and 3.
I mean, at this point, we can reveal them if you want to. I don't want
I did actually have a save in here.
Yes.
Of the 4 cards I had 3 failures. So giving away those 2 were the rough ones.
Yeah.
You caught that, eh?
Okay.
Thanks,
cool,
Josh.
Cool.
Thanks for
And you feel more like, what am I like? There's this kind of realization of like, yeah, what the fuck am I doing? Like, why? Like, I shouldn't have done that. Like, there's that. Well, up to you, of course. But like, if you want to, you can have that. Like, like you got lost in it. But it's up to you. It's your choice.
I thought I was trying to help you.
Southeast, please. Come down here, please.
I think I would slowly, almost.
On your turn.
My turn. Yeah.
But you can see that your words have had an effect.
What was on your D8?
My D8 was a 4.
8 temporary hit points.
Oh!
So a little mote that was floating around your head goes into your chest.
Cooling.
Yeah.
Music begins to maybe play, and you feel invigorated.
Yeah, I think if there was like an emanation of red and gold and black from my crown steel and the rest of me, I think the moat would
counteract,
nullify it as much as it can.
But yeah, that would be Gruff's action.
Tom, you have to be quiet now.
But yeah, you can definitely see this has had an effect on Xanthias.
I'm just going to hold out a paw to him.
Okay, great. I love that.
Very nice.
So Eldrak stands before you.
I just want to say, I thought Kim did a good turn there. Right? Everyone agree? Kim did a great turn. And it took forever to resolve, but that wasn't her fault. She just said what she did. So I move here and I say this. And then it was like, well, is that your action? Or is that, what do you want to do this? Or what if this? What is it?
Chosen Amelin is on the ground about 10, 15 feet away, but Sir Eldrak does not look like he is here to fight.
Yeah. Sir Eldrak, our fight is not with you, but with the people who've captured you. We have come to take you home, as my friend Gruff has said.
Give me a persuasion check, just straight up, a high DC. High DC persuasion check. This won't be a one and done. This will be a you chip away.
12.
12. He just looks at you. What even are you? You are not of my realm. You are some invader, some foreigner. No, I won't listen to you. You're one of them. And it's like,
Then hit me.
gladly. Yeah, begins to make the motion to swing towards you. Yeah. Anything else on your turn, Ophelia? I'd just say that can be a little free action, a bit of role play, a little because it was just taunting him basically.
Yeah.
It's not as cool an effect as the Xanthias thing.
Yeah, Ophelia will just rage at him, just.
So you get the blood. So bonus action to rage.
Yeah.
You still have an action to move if you want.
No, she's just going to stand there. Just,
Okay.
Yeah, again.
Well, if you can do that, do you want to take an action like the dodge action?
Yeah.
Yeah, to get disadvantage on any attacks against you. So like, as you're preparing for him to hit you, you're kind of aware of the strike.
Yeah.
You might as well, if you got an action spare.
Yeah,
Never
might
hurts
as
to
well.
the old dodge action.
Yep.
Great. Lady Verathera's turn. She will, she can actually speak
This is an NPC.
telepathically with all of you now. She's not the thing, so she doesn't need the telepathy
Forgot
thing.
Penelope's turn.
Penelope's turn.
Oh.
Good. Shout, thank you.
What should Penelope do? Can Penelope?
Don't start your turn with can. Don't. Just assume he's going to say yes.
Can she cast Sanctuary on Sir Eldrak?
She could run in and try.
As just like a piece, like
Yes.
calm down.
What does Sanctuary
does
do
that do?
again? I can't remember.
It's like a ward
Boy.
spell, basically.
25, she has just enough movement. So what Sanctuary does is anybody who wants to attack them has to make a saving throw. And if they succeed if they fail the saving throw, they can't attack that target. And it also is like an area of calm and things like that around them as well. That is the effect of the spell.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great.
Bonus action. She does an action.
Can't be a spell if it's an action, though.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it might actually be a full action.
Okay.
Oh no, it's a bonus action Sanctuary. It's a bonus, you're right. It's a bonus action.
Druidcraft and. I don't know what else to get her to do. Maybe heal.
At this point, it doesn't protect from area of effect stuff. So if it's an area of effect spell, they don't have to worry about saving throws and stuff. It's only direct
It's a
attacks.
spell, right? So she could just dash away again.
Don't try to think tactically all the time. If the animal or the character is just try to get in the head of the character. What is Penelope? Oh, she's this aquatic creature, familiar sort of thing. What would she do?
Yeah.
To get safe.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll move her backwards then to get safe from Eldrak.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what
Would she
Verathera
just
said.
have to disengage to do that?
She doesn't have to disengage, but it might be an attack of opportunity if this guy thinks it's a
Yeah.
threat.
Maybe then I'll have her skirt around Eldrak towards Lady
Lady
Verathera,
Verathera,
just
yeah.
around his back.
10, 15, 20.
Just because she's really teeny.
She's tiny, tiny.
She could dodge as well.
Like she reaches up, and you just hear like a, please, Mr. Eldrak, it's me, Penelope. We met before. Please, don't hurt anybody.
Wait. Why are you playing that? Mark, why are you playing that? Isn't it her thing to play? Do you have to play that one too? How many characters are you playing here?
They're trying to help you, and she's raising her hands up, and you see this kind of shimmering field of the little green butterflies kind of surround him, and Eldrak's yeah. He thinks at first it's like an attacking spell, and he's looking around. What have you done to me? He's kind of gutturally, kind of snarling around.
Cool.
Very cool. Love that. But he does now have Sanctuary on him. Interesting thing. I'm just curious about how you ward a creature within range until the spell ends. Any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack roll damaging spell. So it's not about choice here of anybody's choice. Anybody who attacks Sir Eldrak will have to make that saving throw against Penelope's DC.
Yep.
Lady Verathera will call out to all of your minds except Xanthias's. And she will say to all of you and to Penelope, I did not realize your friend. He has been corrupted by the Ground Steel as well. I have magic that can help alleviate some of it, but it requires time for me to cast. If we can subdue Sir Eldrak or...
That's a good comment. Performative emotionality. My take on that is sort of a domain issue. Players getting Mercer in the rendering of scenes during their turns not quite being the same as immersion. And this is why I said earlier, I think that more people should try to divide up the rendering of scene between GM and player instead of putting it all on the GM. It's more common that GMs do all of this. Mercer does all of the rendering for his scenes. Now, he's very good at descriptions. He's very evocative. He speaks well. He's good at it. But he does this huge, cool render at the end of everyone's turn. I think it's better to spread that around.
Perhaps your friend, if he needs it, I can help them with restoring some of their purity. But they must
You don't have time for long exposition. This is still combat, right?
be brought down. I will do what I can. I will also see if she recharges her life-giving breath. So this is a d6 roll first to see if it recharges, 5 or a 6. It does not. So can't do anything with that yet. Instead, she will cast, using an action, she will attempt to...
Will I survive this?
She will attempt to use Touch of Slumber, which is a special thing that Green Dragon...
Yeah, see, I've watched some very big channels recently and very funny people, like stand-up comedian level funny, exceptionally funny all the time. It's kind of goofball games. Same Old G has a good, he has a good, what is it? I don't know what to call his thing. It's on Spotify. Same Old G, his podcast or whatever on Spotify. He's talking about that goofball level of gaming and how it's a bit of a stress relief valve that we use. And all of us end up using it at some point or another when things get really uncomfortable. But yeah, it's odd. It's not the same as what I consider to be good role playing. It's funny. I mean, it can be really funny, but it's for the performance of it. It's not as much for the participants as it is for the audience. I think something's lost.
Dragons in Althea can do, which is she chooses a creature within 60 feet. They have to make a wisdom saving throw or they fall asleep. Because green dragons are also tied to the realm of dreams and life-giving. So she kind of reaches out a claw and you see this miasma of magic and she's going to target Sir Eldrak. I'm going to make a saving throw. I fail it.
Okay.
Spend a legendary resistance.
Okay.
Burns one of his mother. He's only got one legendary resistance left now.
Why are you telling them that? Don't tell them that.
So he's like, no, get out of my head, cousin. No.
Just do that. Just what they see. That's all you have to say. What they see.
Why are you trying to stop me? I'm trying to protect my lands. These people are against us. He's resisting her control, basically. Please, noble knight, rest, be at peace. I cannot be at peace. She sent me here with a task. I need to complete it. With that, it is Sir Eldrak's go. Penelope and Ophelia, you are next to him. And you did say,
Hit me.
Hit me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time with this one. It's really funny, but I just don't see. It's a strange thing, and they have like millions of subscribers, and a lot of people watch it. So, for what it appeals to a lot of people is entertainment, and it is funny. Got to give them that. So the performance of it's really funny. But I watched one game of theirs, and it was all slapstick and really funny all the way. And then at the very end of the session, this strange thing happened where the game master, she described this horrific, violent death of a fey creature with its wings that were ripped off. And this creature, and she did the voice, she's very good at voices. She has this tiny voice, and she's mortally wounded. And it's this brutal thing. Like, I have nothing against the violence of it, but it was such a tonal shift. You could tell that the players now, because the players are in performance mode, and they're all really funny, and they play off one another with jokes, quite a bit of out of character, like, what would we call that? Pop culture references here and there, lots of innuendo, very funny. But now you have this completely different tone, and it's shocking. You can see the players trying to see, okay, how do I interact with this? It's like they've forgotten the ability or the way to be serious instead of just joke after joke after joke after joke. And I watched it a couple times, just that section, to try to wrap my head around it. And I think it was just like, really, that's not the kind of game they were playing. And then it was just this shocking thing. It was, everyone's kind of on their heels. And then they ended the session pretty much right after that. But it was crazy. So I'm not sure what to make of that, because it's really a comedy show, and the comedy show is very popular. But hey, thanks for dropping in. I'm glad you're having a nice vacation. So anyhow, let's just see what happens. We haven't gone through all the turns yet. We want to see everyone get a turn.
With his corrupted claw, he's going to just try and backhand Penelope.
Oh no!
Wow.
Because he thinks that she's done something to him. He doesn't know magic. He thinks that she's cast some sort of spell on him.
Yeah.
Ophelia, he brings that flaming halberd down on you.
Let's go.
And you do have a stack of auric thingy still. Mm-hmm. Against Ophelia, a 19 to hit.
I'll hit.
Okay.
Remember, you did dodge.
Oh, yes.
Dodge.
Disadvantage.
No.
It's the lowest one I rolled.
Darn.
I'll do the slashing damage first. 10 points of slashing damage, half to 5.
Nice.
6 fire damage becomes 8 fire damage.
Okay.
So,
right.
13 total.
Not bad, not bad.
Penelope,
No.
17 to hit.
That will hit. Yep.
She does not have a good AC. That is 15 points of damage to her. And then can you just roll a dexterity saving throw for her, please? So just plus her dex.
21.
21. She dodged, so he hits her badly, nearly knocking her back, but she manages to kind of tumble and stops herself being knocked prone.
What was that damage again, sorry?
To you.
To Penelope.
Oh, to Penelope, that was
15, you said, I think.
15?
15.
Nice.
Thank you, my brain
That's a bit
blanked.
manual.
Sanctuary
Like-
concentration.
It is concentration, so yeah, can you make a, I believe it is, isn't
It
it?
doesn't look like it is.
It is not.
Okay.
It is just as long as it lasts.
So that's still up.
That is up. That is
Thanks,
all of
Kay.
that.
Thanks for dropping by, too.
That is Sir Eldrek's go.
Okie doke.
That's not triggered, that's not triggered. Yep, okay, great. The Chosen's go. What is this fucking NPC gonna do now? I need to decide.
The
Leave.
prophetess.
Yeah.
The prone prophetess who just took a truckload of damage from a spear
Yep.
and has also been hit pretty hard.
She will remain prone as she prostrates herself to Sir Eldrek. And she's like, please, you are the vessel, you are the servant, you are to inherit his will, you are the prophecy. My lord, I am your chosen. And lets her hair just become this luminous silhouette behind her thing as she's gonna spend her just turn begging Sir Eldrak that she's not his enemy. I'm gonna make a persuasion check, just like Ophelia tried to.
I see.
That is a failure on her behalf as well.
Podcast listeners, Mark has a sneaky, cheeky little grin on his face.
What you thinking?
Can I
there?
do something for dramatic effect?
Yes.
Let's go.
Use an ability that I'm not technically going to use, but it's just for a bit of flavour.
Let's go.
Eldrak looks at her.
Mark, as the GM, you have to exercise a bit of restraint, or you will take way too much time in the game.
Just like that, he's like, You are a criminal of these lands. I am a knight of this realm. You will burn. He holds up the corrupted claw, and you see now there's like this fissure in his palm, and fire just begins to belch forth as he incinerates her.
Brutal.
This would technically be one of his villain actions, but I'm using it for effect. As I will have him use it this turn, but he engulfs her in fire, radiant, and necrotic damage as this blast of crown steel flame just incinerates her down to nothing. If this were like an animated show, it'd go black and white and all sketchy. The prophecy.
Oh my god.
God.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
As
That was so
the
cool.
chosen is eliminated.
Well, that takes that problem out of the way.
Yeah.
We don't have much of a choice of what to do.
I don't want you to have to wait. Like, there's one problem well, maybe two problems that you need to worry about.
That's enough of a problem.
Yeah.
The dragon.
Yeah, very thorough. Penelope, actually. The secret assassin that I've sent this whole time. With that, we go to, checking time, Xanthius.
Hi there.
Hello.
Fake, please.
What for?
Is it wisdom? Do I have to?
Oh,
Or did it?
Yeah, that's. He said it was flavor, but I agree, Tyler. It happened, right? He did that. Okay, we're trying to get through one turn for every player. Just see, we haven't done it yet on the second bit that we've watched.
Did it count for the one that he made earlier?
It did burn 2 away.
Burn 2 away. I'm just thinking what's cooler for this. Well, because it's one level. Okay, so do you know what? You just roll this for me this time. We're beyond the point of needing this to be secret. Not that we needed to in the first place. But
Sure.
It doesn't really matter if the guys know what you roll on this one now. So don't forget you get the D6 because you spent the fate.
That's true. Oh my god. I should have rolled these the entire time. I got a 22.
22?
Yeah.
Not quite enough for the plus 10, but you do not, there's no other effect. Like, you remain at that level, basically.
Great. I slowly sort of descend. I realised technically I couldn't have actually ascended. Is it worth...
I'd say that, like, you...
It's not his turn. Why are... We started watching, it was... Who did we start with? It was Chris, and then it was Tom, and then Kim, I want to say. Is it his turn now? Oh man, I'm losing it.
You can ascend and descend.
Yeah.
You just can't move away from it, like, horizontal.
So the first failed save meant when I was 60 feet away, when I entered the aura, said I couldn't move
You're right,
away
it
from
is
the
his
crown
turn.
steel. I must remain within 60 feet of it at the end of my turn. The second one is when it gets a little spooky, it means I have to use my movement to move towards it. But right now...
Because he had the fly spell, obviously his movement was higher and yeah.
So, yeah.
So, like, if Gruff is, like, reaching out with a paw, I'm trying to sort of reach out to it, but there is just something...
He's like looking back, like he can't pull himself away from the crown still.
And I think
Is he
that's...
lower down now?
Yeah, I'd say like you can
I'm
lower down
drifting
so you
down,
are
yeah.
like at 5 feet ground level with Gruff.
I'm
or with
still
reaching.
5 feet within this crown
You're
steel
basically,
itself.
you can't move from the spot you're in right now. So he's about 10 feet away from you, Gruff. And you can see Xanthius is like, he's like at your level, hovering just like his feet just barely touching the water. And he's like reaching, but he's like glancing
I'm
back.
trying.
That's that verbal tick I'm talking about. All of us, it happens to everybody. So I am not claiming that I don't suffer from the same thing. I'm sure I do. When I watch this again, I'm sure I'll pick out words that I'm saying that I don't realize I'm saying, and I'm repeating them often.
And he just can't bring himself closer. You still get your action.
Where are we with the boy, Eldrak?
The boy.
Well, what do you mean?
Like, are people trying still to convince him? They are, aren't they? I'm just wondering how much do I still feel complete disdain for this guy?
Oh, that's up to you. That's always been up to you.
I think, to be honest, I'm just going to use my entire action, entire turn, just trying to wrench myself away from this thing's control and failing, and just use my turn. I think there is a massive part of me that's saying this guy, this Eldrak, is nothing. He's pathetic. He's weak. He is a false believer in the one true God. But I'm fighting against just trying to kill him myself. I'm fighting against trying to devour this crown steel. I'm also fighting to try and move towards growth.
Tom, I don't mind any of this. It's just that I don't think what you're saying. What's a better way of communicating this? You can tell everyone what you're doing and have your actions intimate what the internal struggle. I would prefer not to have the stream of consciousness internal struggle that your character is having said out loud, because this is all in your head, right? No one else sees this. So I would just leave it as I reach out to Gruff's paw. My eyes turn back to the glowing, what was it called? Something steel, something. Crown steel, crown metal, something. And I look at the crown metal. Okay, that was my turn. Yeah, I'm having all of those internal struggles. But I just communicate that with the actions that my character takes. Or in this case, the lack of action. I should be going towards my friend, my furry friend, whatever, cat person. But I hesitate. If you need to, you could even add the whole derision towards the other guy. My eyes then turn to the, whatever the guy's name was. I sneer. That's it. And then why do we need to worry so much about bonus action or main action or move action? Doesn't it make sense that in some rounds, that's what you would do? That's what your character would do. Just do that. No. Every round I have to have my bonus action. I must have the bonus action. This is why I'm a big advocate for just having all of the action economy, the mechanics of the game should be mastered to the point, or choose a different game, but mastered to the point where you can just speak naturally what your character is doing. Z, you should be in bed.
We're off to...
It's just this like frustration of like just being torn in all these directions, like part of your mind wanting to desperately.
He took way too long describing it as it is, Mark. Why are you doing it again?
to reach back and just eat more of this stuff, wanting to kill and fight Eldrak, and then wanting to break free and take the hand of your friend.
There's like the arm is like flashing intermittently with this energy as that takes control. I look back at the crown steel, but then the scaled arms start to flare with this gold, and that's ripping me away from it. And I'm just in consistent inner turmoil right now,
Love that.
and that's my entire turn.
I love that.
Mainly because I don't want to attack Eldrak.
It could not have been done in a minute or less.
Sure. I love that big time. Rowan.
And it's not, again, I'm getting a lot of hate on this video. It's fine. But one of the things that I get criticized sometimes I get criticized over, oh, well, it's not just all about speed. Crispy, why are you so obsessed about the speed? It's not that I'm obsessed about speed. It's not, the game isn't just about rapidity. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Herbert, and we're about to call it. It's not just about the rapidity. It's about the immersion. And the flow of the game is so much better. Yes, Max. It's the flow of the game. And this is not going with this nice flow of the game. I know you're not supposed to be rushed when you're with your friends. I don't feel rushed when I'm in a game with Phil or Max or Boston John. I'm not in a rush. I don't feel like I'm in a rush, but I like fast turns because it keeps things flowing. And then everyone has more time to do more things. Not in a rushed manner.
What to do? Rowan, you could also...
I just picked it up. I've got it on my desk here behind me, behind the screen. Picked that up. Picked up Rune Quest, which is quite the read. But yeah, just picked it up. Mithras. I'm excited for it.
Also, you probably would have passed the shield as well as you ran past, so you've seen it. Gruff called it out earlier.
Oh, a shield.
Oh yeah, that's why we're here.
It's funny that you're right, of course. See, you're right. Which is funny because I do way less acting than these people do. Way less.
Well, you were here to find out what happened to Eldrak.
Yeah.
It was just a part of the quest of he was sent to get the shield. Lady Empress would like it. If you could find a shield, that'd be great.
I've got two options to go towards: the Xanthias encounter or the Sir Eldrak encounter. Fucking hell.
It's all right.
It's all right.
It's all right. Everything
1v1 me, bro.
insta kill.
Rowan, seeing Gruff is reaching out to Xanthias, I think Rowan feels a bit more
Drawn to that.
comforted
Oh, okay.
by that.
I'm also clearly as a result of it.
Tom, just let Chris have his turn. I kind of wanted to end it on Chris's turn because Chris is, generally speaking, does really good turns. Not for an optimized thing, but just here's where I am, here's what I'm doing.
And I'm fighting
Conflicted.
against it. Yeah.
So Rowan is going to move towards the big threat, which is Sir Eldrak Ignis. So 30 feet, as close as I can get.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Get to about there. Just be in front of the ruins, just south of the Crown Steel Pool. Maybe about 5, 10, 15 feet away from Eldrak, 10 feet behind Ophelia.
Hello, Sir Eldrak Ignis. Please. Emberissa, she wants you back. Stay with us. Don't be consumed by it. And I'm going to cast Charm Person.
Oh, he is still a humanoid. Technically, he's still a humanoid. What is your saving throw?
2 million. Wisdom 15.
All right. I will warn you, he has a legendary resistance left. So he fails it. I spend a fate point.
I'm going to end it there. Okay. So let's go back. This was high rollers, and I think there's a few takeaways here. So some unsolicited advice for our friends over across the pond. First of all, some good players there for sure. Some things to admire, absolutely. If we were to change one or two things, Mark and your friends, maybe the thing to focus on would be to have the players do more talking, have Mark, the GM, do less talking. We took, and I did pause it, and sometimes I paused it for a little while, but it took us an exceptionally long period of time to just go through the initiative order once. There's other ways we could maybe do this and have shorter turns and players doing more talking and having more things happen in the game. I understand it was this big tactical thing and a big fight and all sorts of stuff happening, but I struggled. I struggled with this. Yeah, I struggled. I think that I'm still looking at the screen over here, just trying to think of nice things to say. I think they have fun. They're very successful. They don't need my advice, of course, but maybe someone out there will watch this and they'll think, hey, you know what? Maybe I'm going to take a look at something I'm doing. I'm going to try it, something a little different, maybe for a next session. See how it goes. Try it out. I appreciate those that are giving me video suggestions. This one was a suggestion from one of the commenters, so thank you for that. And I'm going to sign off. It's bedtime for me, bedtime for Z. He's supposed to be in bed a while ago. He needs to get some sleep. And I appreciate everyone that was watching. As always, love the comments. And I will catch you on the next one. I'm Table Runner Crispy signing off. Have a great evening, everybody. Good night.